Trump, 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 Trump. Everywhere I go, they love Donald, Donald Trump. Trump, 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 Trump. Everywhere I go, they love Donald, Donald Trump. Down in Mexico, they love Donald, Donald Trump. Flew to Italy, they love Donald, Donald Trump. In the Middle East, they love Donald, Donald Trump. Met some Africans, they love Donald, Donald Trump. Even in China, they love Donald, Donald Trump. Man, these Indians, they love Donald, Donald Trump. Trump, 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 Trump. Everywhere I go, they love Donald, Donald Trump. Trump, 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 Trump. Everywhere I go, they love Donald, Donald Trump. Trump, 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 Trump. Everywhere I go, they love Donald, Donald Trump. Down in Mexico, they love Donald, Donald Trump. Flew to Italy, they love Donald, Donald Trump. In the Middle East, they love Donald, Donald Trump. Met some Africans, they love Donald, Donald Trump. Even in China, they love Donald, Donald Trump. Man, these Indians, they love Donald, Donald Trump.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Leftist Mafia. We have a very special guest tonight. It's Kristina from this space.
Donald
Kristina.
Trump.
Yeah,
And it's Donald Trump, of course. Nice to see you,
I've had my beefs with him
Kristina.
on Twitter in the past, so
We all have.
Yeah.
How have you been?
I didn't ever. Oh, first of all, let's let our guest talk, and then I'll add what I wanted to add. Go ahead. How you doing, Kristina?
I'm doing pretty good. Pretty good.
How are things over at this space?
Pretty good. I'm now part of 3 shows. No, four. Oh my god, I'm always busy when I'm
Jesus.
not streaming. Yeah, I do Christina's Corner on Tuesdays at 5 p.m. Eastern. Then Movie Night Extravaganza at 8 p.m. Eastern on Tuesdays. Then Forrest and myself do our Absurdity Space on Wednesdays. And then there's the Space Station, which is going to be like a rotating panel show on Thursdays. So should be fun.
I love that. By the way, where's the letter hack? I haven't seen him in forever.
He's focusing on a comic that he's drawing. So
Okay.
So he's
Very
Smart,
cool.
smart man. I love when
Yeah.
someone hunkers
Go
down
on,
and
yeah.
works on some big project like that, and just says "fuck everything else" because this is way too important. I'm being serious too, by the way. That's
Mhm.
legit. They must be working on something really
Yeah.
cool.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
I've missed him on Left Past 10. I used to
No.
enjoy that, but it's good that he's doing that. Well, just for everybody to give you a preview, tonight we have the much anticipated Donald Trump address. Let me take that chat off the screen before it turns into a Nazi fuckfest.
Mhm.
Hang on, there we go.
That should be lovely.
There we go. So we're gonna cover that. We'll see what's going on there. It's gonna start in about 15 minutes, probably later, because Donald Trump is always late, much like the Leftist Mafia. But we'll see what he's gonna say.
I don't even know
Word
who's showing
has
up
it.
today. I just knew that our guest was showing up today. I had no idea which regular Leftist Mafia host was showing up, and I guess it's just you and me, Mike.
It's always a
Just
pleasant
the two
surprise.
of you.
Yeah, just the two of us.
Christina, you're gonna have to be Ariana and Rebecca and David Doel and Lance. You have to step it up and be 4 different people tonight. All right.
I got this. Oh, yeah.
She can do it. She has 4 different shows, so she could be 4 different people.
Exactly.
easily.
That's the point.
Mhm. Mhm.
Mark my
And
footsteps.
speaking of Kristina, the guest here, you are the woman of the hour because you told us before we went live you're in a documentary about Hasan Picker. Is that the guy?
Yeah.
That the fellow?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's a journalist named Stephen Asarch, I think his name is. He did a documentary about Asmongold fans, and it was just a bunch of weirdos. And so people are like, well, if you interview Hasan Picker fans, oh, you're gonna get people want to kill us and blah 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 blah, right? And he tried to find the parasocial weirdo freaks in the Hasanabi community, and he couldn't find any. He narrowed it down to about 15 of us, and I am featured. My interview actually went on because I'm like, how long is this video gonna be? Because I went for like 45 minutes. But I did my whole thing explaining that I watch this on stream, but also I watch most of his YouTube content because I work and stuff like that. I think about like 18 minutes in is where you get to see like my moment to shine.
I do want to be
Okay.
fair. There's definitely parasocial weirdo Hasan fans, and I say that because there are parasocial weirdo fans of this show, and we have like 0.0001% of Hasan's audience.
Yeah, we're like,
my point is,
why?
they exist everywhere.
Should have tried harder.
but some definitely have a lot more than others.
Yeah.
You said America deserved 9/11. Oh, there's the moment. Love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So everybody go check this out. It's on the Stephen Asarch, Asarch, if you want to see Kristina on the Hasan documentary video on YouTube. Very cool. Very cool.
And I had a few people in chat be like, he's reacting to it. And I'm like, is he interrupting me? And they're like, no, he didn't interrupt you. I'm like, oh, cool. Thank God. I guess I got the point across about his 9/11 comment. So
what was his facial reaction like when you came on the screen? Was he smiling? Was he...
Well, because the first thing is like, oh, he's hot. Like a lot of us were like, yeah, he's hot. Like, what's his appeal? He's hot. He's hot. He's hot. He's grinning, smiling, and blushing, and all that. And then I was like, I'm a suit hater. You know, like I was like, I don't like he's wearing the suits, and he's like, you know. And then you know, like chill, you know, watching a lot of us because he recognizes a few of us. Because he's liked and engaged in some of my stuff, and yeah, I'm an OG Hasanabi head again when he was just Jenks' fat nephew, you know, before he was really on camera. Like I'm old. Everyone's like, how old are you?
Wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that from the Hasan fan. Yeah, I was a big fan of that hottie when he was a fat loser.
Yep.
The real fans liked them before he got fit. That's
exactly.
That's the true measure.
Like, yeah, the woke Bay era, like all of that. And
so... I remember the woke Bay era. I remember there was a cringy BuzzFeed article about him, about who's this woke Bay on your Facebook timeline. I just remember him when
they used to read like thirst tweets to him when they used to like when back in the day when TYT would read like TYT live tweets when he would do power panels. They read my thirst tweets to him, and I'm like, thanks, guys. This is when me and Anna were like this. So
you know, I remember him back when Progressive Voice. Remember Progressive Voice? Hasan had a Progressive Voice like communist wallpaper. I remember that was a long time ago. I don't know what era that was in. You were probably a fan before that, but yeah, it's he's been doing this for a while.
I remember being introduced to him because he was all over Facebook in that like that segment he had when he was with the Young Turks, where he was in like that all white room, just sitting at a chair, and he was often just doing this thing with his, just holding his, going like this. I don't get. I always like, why does he always do that? That's what I remember most about that era of him. I would see those videos and be like, why is he always holding his hands like that?
He must have not seemed so confident in himself back then, but yeah, that's cool. It was cool. I'm wondering like what other type of like, I feel like they should do another like a right winger then a left winger, a right winger then a left winger when it comes to like their fans, because again, it's just so fascinating that some people like Asmongold have fans, and I'm like, dirty, filthy.
I don't like, the weird thing to me about him and his fans is like he came into it as a World of Warcraft player, like streamer.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like it's gotta like, that's where most of his audience is from. And then like, what did they all just like
go
like
along?
Him so much they just couldn't stop watching him? Like, it feels, I don't like, it doesn't feel like he ever had like a full-on turn where he got a new type of audience. It feels like just the same audience, different content. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. You know, because some people do the audience capture thing, which is what we see from a lot of former left-leaning people in this whole media sphere that we are part of. So it's like, how long will it last though? Because I feel like for some folks, it doesn't seem to have lasted that long, but they're still sticking to it anyway.
Yeah. Interesting. I'll try to check that out. When you brought it up to me earlier, I was like, oh, I didn't hear about this, but it showed that I watched a little bit because I did see it. Like I stumbled across it on Reddit and I watched like a few minutes. I'm like, I'll have to watch this later. But if you hadn't like told me you were in it, I probably would have forgot. So I'm gonna have to check it out now for sure. That's really cool.
Yeah. I was like, yay, I got picked. I was a chosen one.
That's really cool. Yeah. Hell yeah. That's awesome. You're a good representation of the Hasan Piker community for sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure the other people are too.
I decided to call myself a CBS, the real CBS, the Cosmopolitics Broadcasting Station now. So
Okay, I like that. I like
Take
that.
that, Barry Weiss.
So before we get into the Trump speech, which is going to start in 8 minutes, at least it's supposed to.
Is this where he's going to be like announcing like, oh, the Senate races in Georgia are illegitimate and we're going to target left-wing group speech?
I think he's going to announce that China stole the election or something.
Why? He's
And
president. I don't understand.
I hope.
Why is he so hung up on 2020? Get over it. You're president now. You should be happy. Okay.
I'd be pleasantly surprised if tonight's speech is actually a analysis of the last 25 minutes of the Argentina England semifinal.
I'm sure he'll weave that in somewhere, right? Because he does like to
I would love to
filibuster.
talk about that. I would love to talk about that game and how England did the dumbest thing I've ever seen a professional soccer team do at that stage, at that level. And that is, I don't get too in the weeds for this show, but I would love to talk about that. And no greater person to bring that up than Donald Trump, Harry Kane's new BFF.
Yeah.
I feel like the second that came out where Harry Kane admitted that he went golfing with Donald Trump, it was like, the Trump curse is about to hit England.
Yeah, he really, it's crazy because I was, because funny, like Zora Mamdani's team reached out to me. Like I got like an official like Instagram message from, I'm like, is he hacked? What's going on here? He's like, and one of the guys was like, do you want to like help with some Twitch stuff for him or, promote? And I'm like, yeah. And I sent like a blueprint to help. And I'm like, do some gaming. And they did the Mario Kart thing with the Department of Transportation. I was like, yeah.
That's so cool.
So like, it's been cool to see, how different New York City feels right now. Everything's like puppies and rainbows. Like every time I hear about him doing something, I'm like, awesome, cool, love that. Can't wait to move back up to Jersey so I could be so close to that, that energy.
No, that's awesome.
Because Trump doesn't have that energy. He just I'm watching the videos of Trump from like 10 years ago and I'm like, oh, is he on like Ozempic? Like you could he's looking a little flabby. Like he's
I think part of it is that he's dying. If I'm being honest, like not like soon or anything. He's
Biden
just
great for being old.
Define great.
Well, he's getting the facelifts. That's why he looks okay. But Trump's not really getting the facelifts.
Who looks great?
Yeah. Biden is surprised. I'm like no longer being president.
Did you say Biden?
Surprisingly, he's got the good facelifts now.
He looks great. I'm sorry, I gotta.
To me, he looks like a corpse.
I gotta push back on that. I gotta push back on.
This is misinformation,
I can't
Kristina.
let that slide. I can't let that slide.
He's got cancer still, apparently, but he's still looking good. Again, how the fuck did my Senator Lindsey Graham die? I was streaming when I found that out. One of my mods.
Oh, right, that happened this week too. Oh, by the way, did you see there's a video game that you can play? Let me actually, Kowalski sent me the link. It's called it's man.cool. Is that what it is? Let me see the link so people can play it. Yeah, I think it's just man.cool, MANN.cool/hell. And it's a game, it's a platformer where you play as Lindsey Graham and you are in hell.
Like backroom massages?
You throw dildos, that's purple dildos, that's supposed to be like your ammunition, your weapon, your ranged weapon, and you get chased by Charlie Kirk's head. You also find Henry Kissinger and possibly Mitch McConnell. So
is he still alive? I mean, because Lindsey Graham, that's young. So people were like, "Oh, he's 71." I'm like, that's still young to die in the Senate when Chuck Grassley is still alive.
71 is pretty young, in my opinion. Lindsey Graham looked much older, but 71 is pretty young to die like that.
Well,
I was so sad by the news. Were you sad, Kristina, when Lindsey Graham died?
Oh, I'm so devastated. That was my senator. I love that man to death. I just wish he was more. It's funny because
have you seen these conspiracy? Oh, I'm sorry. You cut out for a second.
What's funny is that when someone dies, they're like, oh, they were a loving husband and father and whatever, and all they got is like Lindsey Graham adopted his 13-year-old sister when he was 21 because both his parents died, and there's really nothing else to it.
That's honestly that's a very. I mean, the reason they just go with that is because that's the most relatable story of his life. Like that's very sad and also very, very noble. You could say, he stepped up. It's his sister, of course, but still, for someone in their early 20s to raise anyone, let alone their sister, the the responsibility, the pressure. But that's the only thing he's ever done that's likable.
Yeah, that's the thing they always talk about in the political ads when I, living down here. It's like, okay, that's the only thing that makes him relatable. Like, he's not, because my opinion, we have two gay senators. We had Lindsey Graham, and also I think Tim Scott's also in the closet as well. Lucky for us.
You just married a woman.
Tim
How
Scott.
dare you?
Yeah, I know.
Huh. You know what? My gaydar wasn't really tipped off by Tim Scott in particular.
But it's there. I've heard things.
Okay.
But
Really?
it's funny because what's funny though is that Lindsey Graham's Senate seat is cursed. Everyone who's had that seat since its like creation have died while in office. I mean, Trump Thurmond obviously was 100 years old. But like
I'm gonna throw this out there. What if every senator is gay?
Yeah.
What if they're all secretly?
I was watching. I think it was about the what I forgot. It started.
Gay people would never allow all of this to happen, so I don't buy
There
it.
was a TV show. I think it was on Star, starring like Dan Stevens and Julia Roberts. I think I forgot with Gaslit or something like that. And it was about like Watergate and like you get an insight of like what those RNC parties are like. They're all coked out nudist gay orgy parties, and I'm like,
yeah, that's what Madison Cawthorn said too. Yeah, I mean, everybody in Congress is basically a huge freak. Madison Cawthorn exposed that as well, and it's the one truthful thing that I think Madison Cawthorn has ever said, that they just casually invited him to these kinds of coke orgy parties, which is just so crazy because, like, when you think of the median age of people in Congress, they're relatively old. Yeah, but yet they're doing all of this behind the scenes, and it's just so... It's so gross, like, to think about that they're getting freaky and... They're doing terrible things. They're just, they're the epitome of everything wrong with the human species. It's just disgusting to me. To imagine any member of Congress doing that, I want to just, ugh.
I mean, I don't really care that they're doing that stuff. Like, whatever.
I do. They don't deserve any pleasure or happiness.
No, what I care about are the ones who are doing that stuff, yet are evil and do things that attack people in that very community that they're secretly trying to be a part of on the DL. Like, to me, that is the most reprehensible. I don't really care about what they do. Like, if I don't know, throw out if it turns out that I don't know, John Ossoff is a freak like that, I don't really care because he's not attacking LGBTQ people, whatever. Let him live his life.
Yeah, it's the hypocrisy for sure. That's the biggest thing. The whole situation with Kristi Noem's husband, Brian Noem, where he put on the big titties. Yeah, they are getting a divorce. Yeah, he kept getting caught again and again and again because I think he actually does have a humiliation fetish, literally. But yeah, I mean, the problem isn't that he does these things. I agree with you, Matt. It's fine if you want to do these kinds of things. It's just like the hypocrisy, right? Don't try to police other people's behavior so long as they're consenting adults, but they do that. Like, their entire ideology hinges on controlling people, controlling what they can and can't do, who they can and can't be. And that's the problem because they're saying all this shit. They're promoting Christian nationalism when behind the scenes, they're fucking spreading their ass cheeks and fucking snorting coke off of people's, boners and stuff. And that's not like, you shouldn't do that. Like, you're being a hypocrite. And they do it pretty openly. Like, it seems like they don't even try to hide their freaky stuff that they do. Because, I mean, if Madison Cawthorn said they just, like, walked up to him and, like, hey, we're having a sex party tonight, that's really bold. That's extremely bold. Like, they're not even subtle. They're not like, hey, man, I'm going to send you a message. Don't take this the wrong way. We just got to find out if you're... They're just like, hey, man, do you want to do some coke? Like, and fuck people? Like, that's extremely forward. Yeah, who does that? I mean, maybe I'm too vanilla of a person and I've never met anybody who's like, hey, Mike's cool, let's invite him to the cocaine orgy. But like, I feel like that's very weird for people to do. Am I wrong here?
No, it's like especially like I don't know you well enough to attend one of these parties, and even if I did, I still wouldn't want to go regardless.
Yeah, imagine like you're this 24-year-old or however old he was, and they're like they come up to you like, hey man, do you want to come to an orgy with a bunch of old people, a bunch of old perverts in Congress? Like, ew, like why would you? I would be mortified if they invited me to this. I'd be so offended. I would resign right then and there.
Besides,
well, I mean, it would be a great story. So, I mean, I would absolutely accept the invite.
Oh.
Besides, like,
I'm not saying I would take part in it, but if an landed in my email inbox saying huge Congress Coke party and orgy tonight, 8 p.m. RSVP on Eventbrite right here. I'm RSVPing to get the location so I can be there and cover it. I mean,
All right, it's starting. So let's go ahead
Less
and
than 2 years ago,
tune in.
inherited an economic and social disaster after the worst inflation in 48 years, the wide open borders with millions and millions of people pouring in from all over the world, including criminals of all types, and 11,888 murderers, many of whom killed more than one person.
Bro, you killed
had
thousands of people.
Transgender for
Millions.
everybody, men and women sports,
The local community
crime
just dealt
ravaging
with
our
the murder
cities,
of an innocent little
and the whole
girl
world was laughing at us as a
by her
nation,
parents.
but not anymore. 2 years ago, our country was dead. Now we are the hottest
country.
It's deader.
anywhere in the world. America is respected
got
like we
explosive
have never
diarrhea.
been respected before. We have more money being invested in the United States than at any time in the history of our country. More Americans are working today than ever before.
And how much
This
money
week
they're
it
making.
was announced that inflation saw the largest monthly decline in more than
He needs to get to the
Just
point because I know this is
Just
about election fraud
given
or
out.
some shit.
The media
Just get to
reported
it.
Look here,
and
none of this
we
shit matters.
accept it.
All
The
this is
best in
lies.
6 years. The tax cuts.
We've heard
in
all of this
Our
before.
great, big, beautiful bill are saving hardworking families thousands and thousands of dollars, like with the provisions, no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors, along with the interest deduction on a loan used to purchase a car, but only if that car is made in America, and a 100% expensing for our job-creating businesses. Our stock markets are at their highest point in many years, but we can actually say of all time. And your 401ks, pensions, and retirement accounts are setting records every single day.
We're
the
millennials.
highest in
What's a
history.
pension? I've never
Yeah.
heard of
Years we
that.
paid the
Yeah.
highest price for
Down outside of
prescription drugs
Chris Christie
anywhere in the
governor of
world.
New Jersey, he
Now we
destroyed the
pay
pension
the lowest
system,
price
pension,
under my most
plan system.
favored nation's policy because I was able to get the rest of the world and the pharmaceutical companies to act responsibly. Drug prices are coming down by 70, 80, and 90%. TrumpRx.gov, this will ultimately reduce the cost of health care. You have to go to TrumpRx.gov and take advantage of it. But the cost of health care is coming way down because of what we've done with
No, it's not.
prescription drugs.
That is
And with Trump
exactly
accounts, every
the
child in
opposite of what's
America
happening.
now has access to a tax-free investment account to save for their future. Billions and billions of dollars are being invested, put in by companies and individuals to take care of our children so that at age 18, they will have potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars in their account, and they'll get off to
Full
a great
disclosure, you
start
better
in
believe I
life.
signed up my
So for
daughter
that,
who is
go
eligible
to
for that Trump account.
TrumpAccounts.com
I got
Did
her free.
and
I got
sign
her a
up
free
your
$1,000, no
child
doubt
or
about
any
it.
child
Hell
might as
you'd
yeah!
well.
like to sign
Yeah,
up.
take advantage of that.
Our previously wide open borders have been transformed into the most secure borders in the history of our country, with zero illegal aliens being admitted to the United States in the past 14 months. That is zero. Nobody thought it was possible. We had the worst border in the history of our country, and now we have the best. Crime is plummeting nationwide with the murder rate at its lowest level since 1900, or more than
Thanks, Zoran.
125 years ago. We're making a record investment in our armed forces, and we have the strongest and most powerful military by far.
And you still can't beat
anywhere in the
Iran.
world. I built
1.5
it during my
trillion.
first
Still
term,
can't beat them.
And unfortunately, we're forced to use it now. We won in Venezuela, which is now working with us to produce millions and millions of barrels of oil. We are likewise winning big in Iran, and you will see the
Are
fruits
you
of
then?
that labor very, very shortly. America is back and doing really well, but we still have a major challenge that must be urgently addressed
Elections.
because no country can be great without fair and honest elections. You have to trust your country, because if there can be no trust, there can be no greatness.
Why would
And that's
anybody
very
distrust
simple.
our elections,
No
Trump?
trust, no greatness. For many years, I've called for bold, swift,
mail-in voting
and
except for him.
decisive action to protect the integrity of America's elections. Every American deserves to know that when they cast their vote, that vote will be counted accurately in a system, and that is to
Clear
make
your
that
throat.
system secure. One where cheating and interference are not just difficult, but virtually impossible. Unfortunately, the system we have today falls catastrophically short of that standard. Tonight, I'm announcing the immediate declassification and release of critical intelligence revealing shocking vulnerabilities in our election infrastructure.
Oh, that's it?
This evidence shows that the election system we have dangerously exposes, and really exposes like levels
heart's not
never
into
thought
it.
possible, to hacking, exploitation, and foreign interference. Just as
talking about Elon
disturbingly,
Musk
this
with the vote
vital
machines?
information
He's talking
has for
about
many
Israel,
years
maybe.
been covered up and hidden from you, the American people, our beautiful, our great American people.
We are
But that all
beautiful.
changes right
We
now.
are
The
I
documents
appreciate
we
that.
will release
Thank you, Trump.
starting tonight have been gathered
really sweet
by
of
the
him.
White House Government Transparency Task Force, a great group of people, along with the staff of the President's Intelligence Advisory Board, supported by our top intelligence agency chiefs, who have all personally reviewed the findings. We are presenting this evening and fully confirmed their authenticity. You can see these documents for yourself at whitehouse.gov. That's whitehouse.gov. Go check it out. Our purpose in disclosing this information is not to weaken confidence in election, but to earn that confidence by confronting vulnerabilities and correcting them very, very quickly. And that's what we're doing. The documents cover 5 major areas of concern. First, they show that over a period of years, starting during the 2020 election cycle, the People's Republic of China carried out what is believed to be the largest compromise of election data in history, resulting in China's illicit acquisition of 220 million U.S. voter files. That information includes names, addresses, phone numbers, political party preferences, and other sensitive data that would be needed to register to vote and engage in other nefarious
So he's saying that China
activities,
is
which
registering people to
exactly
vote for
what was
Democrats?
happening. This data loss presents an
They're
unprecedented
registering
election
illegal
security nightmare.
immigrants.
The intelligence
vote
even
Democrat.
shows that China assigned a data exploitation unit specifically to this new project. Compounding the travesty, the second set of documents we are releasing reveals that members of the deep state, very, very famous group of people, in many cases,
Like, oh
in
my
our
God.
intelligence
Oh,
agency
ad-libbing a
work
little
to
bit.
actively suppress and downplay information about the extent of China's
Hey, Rebecca.
sinister election meddling, covering it up from both the president and the American people like nobody thought was possible. U.S. spy agencies began learning about the compromise of voter registration files in 2020 when they discovered that tens of millions of voter data, think of that, tens of millions of voters' data in 18 states have been bought, stolen, or hacked by China. Yet those responsible for sounding the alarm instead kept the information secret and hidden. They did not disclose to me as president or to anyone else, and to the best of our knowledge, they did not inform Congress. In fact, all they kept saying is, this is the most secure election in the history of our country. A standard, very pat line that was divvied out to say. The cover-up of this colossal security breach is even more disturbing in light of the additional information showing that China engaged in other election-related activities to undermine my first administration and our 2020 campaign. They did not want, and they just didn't want it. They fought like hell not to have it, Donald Trump, to win, and for good reason. As the
Okay, then why are you
documents
president
we are
now?
releasing show, CIA
What was their failure?
reporting explicitly stated, and I quote, in mid-2018, the Chinese Communist Party's policy was to leverage all domestic and foreign elements that were opposed to the U.S. president in an effort to reduce the U.S. president's votes and make him resign or prevent his re-election. Isn't that nice? Also, in mid-2018, China was working to influence the results of the U.S. midterm elections and later the results of the 2020 presidential election itself. Separately, in mid-2019, the Chinese government's strategy against the United States was focused on undermining domestic confidence in the U.S. president. They wanted to just make you sound like your president wasn't so hot, when actually your president has done
That'd be
a great
impossible,
job.
sir.
And
We'd
they did
never think
everything
that.
possible to do
They could never
exactly
make us
that.
think that.
Going on, this document says, and this is by the CIA, the strategy included efforts to use Chinese contacts with big U.S. companies to influence U.S. business leaders to turn against the President of the United States of America. The Chinese government sought to identify U.S. journalists who had reported negatively on the U.S. president and pay them large sums of money to write more negative articles about him.
Damn, why didn't they send to me? I
They
could have
could.
used
Yeah,
that
And they
money.
didn't care what they said.
We're right here,
The
China.
Chinese government
What
wanted
the
the
hell?
U.S. president to
slacking.
lose the next election. And the reason they wanted me to lose is because they knew I was wise to them, charged them billions and billions of dollars worth of tariffs, and built the strongest military anywhere in the world. We have the strongest military anywhere in the world. These are exact quotes from the CIA reporting. The name of the person doing the quote is now under review, but it gets even worse. Raw intelligence obtained by the FBI in 2020, yet buried by rogue bureaucrats, stated that China's activities even included an attempt to manufacture illegal ballots for Joe Biden. Documents show that during this period, dozens of significant CIA and NSA reports about China's election targeting were kept out of the presidential briefing. These were briefings I would get almost every day. Everything was kept out that was of importance. One email among intelligence analysts admitted that they had, quote, deliberately massaged the presidential daily briefing to withhold information regarding
I
Chinese
thought that was going to go
activities
somewhere very different.
related to
Yeah,
the
it was gonna
election.
go.
Another official inside the FBI wrote that she was running, quote, a shadow government, unquote, to keep intelligence about China's election meddling from becoming known and
This
to
is like
keep
a-
it away
this-
from the
which is why I should
honorable
get
press.
a third term.
Other officials who witnessed such
He's going to be like,
Where's the
this is why we
receipt?
need the ballroom.
motivations to be
Right.
blatantly political.
Yeah, remember
Recently,
the
we
ballroom?
found significant numbers of burn bags in formation, and this is a group of bags that were used to destroy
Group of
information
bags.
given
Burn
by
bag.
President Barack
Burn
Hussein
bag.
Obama to be burned. It was supposed
Oh,
to be
God.
burned.
Oh my
These
God, well,
bags
I'm gonna burn it
were
off within a
supposed
decade.
to be at a different level by different people, incinerated and checked, but it never happened. Maybe we
You
got
guys,
lucky.
this cannot be real.
We believe this was not done on purpose, but rather through gross incompetence of the people that was supposed to burn the bags. But the findings are stunning. Today, I'm asking the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, the Department of Justice, the FBI, and the CIA to investigate how and why such crucial information was hidden, to fire those
What
involved in the
information?
cover-up, and to file criminal
they burnt the
charges, if
bags.
appropriate, against these people. Yet concealing China's meddling was only the beginning. The third set of documents we are releasing proves that for many years, Americans were blatantly lied to about the security of our election infrastructure, including electronic voting machines and ballot counting systems, dishonest, almost all. They're vulnerable and they're easily compromised, and people
He's so
within our
foreign to
government
watch
knew
sometimes.
that.
Like, he just doesn't have the
Tonight,
energy.
we're publishing a series of previously classified U.S. intelligence community assessments and other reports proving that our government has long known these machines are extremely exposed to attack. As one assessment states, we judge that the United States adversaries, including at a minimum Russia, China, Iran, North Korea, as well as non-state groups, have the capability to compromise U.S. election infrastructure. That's unquote, but that's some statement, isn't it? Made by supposedly great patriots of our country. The document goes on to further state that, quote, we assess that centralized election-related data repositories, such as voter registration databases, poll books, and other official election websites, are most vulnerable to exploitation, and adversaries could use this access to these systems to disrupt election processes within the United States of America. Tonight, we're releasing all of those findings, and spanning from January 2020 to June 2026. This is a cyber threat aimed at the very heart of our democracy. Many people have questioned whether it could actually be possible to electronically manipulate vote totals or change
This is just the Russia
election
thing.
results on these
Or China.
terrible machines. Today,
It's
we are
everything and
releasing
nothing.
documents that show the CIA obtained reporting of a specific plot to do a big number in favor of the corrupt Maduro regime in Venezuela. And that's exactly
Wait,
what
so
happened.
Venezuela
inspiring to
hack the elections
digitally
now? I'm trying to
rig
follow
their own
this.
country's
I couldn't.
elections in
He went
2020,
left
and
and
that's
right.
what they did. This reporting included precise details about methods
Is he going to say
to
Maduro is owning up to
regime
this?
develop
Because
to digitally alter
Oh.
vote totals in ways
he
that
has
could not
Maduro
be
in
detected
solitary right
even
now.
with an audit, no matter how deep they went. This intelligence underscores why we must take urgent action to ensure that
Here it
our own
comes.
system can never, ever be hacked or compromised like it was in the past. The fourth set of documents reveals that even when significant evidence of fraud has been detected, it has been buried and covered up. Among the disclosures tonight are FBI files detailing evidence of alleged fraud by a large-scale voter registration operation in Michigan. In 2020, Michigan State Police raided a Democrat Get Out the Vote organization, corrupt group in Muskegon. And
Get
we're so concerned by what they found. They were just so concerned. They couldn't
Tell us,
believe
tell
it,
us, give us
actually,
all the information.
that they contacted the FBI in Detroit. The documents state that some canvassers admitted to FBI agents that they signed voter registration forms in other people's names, submitted fraudulent registration for people who did
names.
not exist, and received gift
No
cards
receipts.
tied to their number of applications that they produced. In other words, it was pay, play, and cheat. The FBI agents working on the case believe that crimes were committed, yet the Biden Department of Justice slow-walked the investigation and killed it. Tonight, I'm asking the FBI director to ensure that the matter is fully investigated and to work with the Department of Justice to prosecute those responsible for any crimes. Finally, to reveal just how vulnerable our elections continue to be, we are releasing the results of a stunning investigation by the Department of Homeland Security. According to the DHS review, state voter rolls and public records,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
identified approximately
Clear his throat more.
278,000
the lies,
non-citizens
the lies.
who are registered to vote in federal elections.
If he clears his throat,
Since
he has to tell the truth.
Democrat states refuse to share their voter files, the real number is actually much higher than that. Yet,
What's the number?
even
They don't want to
this
give you the voter
limited
files so you can't
analysis
suppress
found
the
more
vote,
than
you
a quarter
fucking
of a million
demon.
foreigners illegally
On purpose
registered
because
to vote.
it's not true.
Put together, these
No receipts.
disclosures
A lot of
reveal an
innuendo,
election
nothing
system so
concrete.
broken and so vulnerable that no one can possibly defend it.
He
It
said
is
they
not
try to say your president not
defensible.
hot. It's
Hundreds
crazy.
of millions of U.S. voter files are in the hands of foreign governments. Our machines and
They're also in the
ballot
hands of
counting systems
Palantir
are
and
exposed to
the Elon
hacking,
Musk Doge fuckwads.
manipulation, and corruption. China and other countries have been trying to meddle in our elections. Evidence of fraud.
What about Israel meddling in our
Hundreds
elections?
of thousands of non-citizens and dead people are listed
about what
and
his people
active
did here
on
in
the
Georgia?
voter rolls, and yet we still have elections with no voter ID, no proof of citizenship, and tens of millions of ballots floating aimlessly through the mail. As one example of the insanity, California's recent election for mayor of LA and governor was held on June 2nd, a long time ago, but it was just completed a few days ago on July 10th. Think of that, much more than 1 month.
He's saying the Spencer
Took a
Pratt
month to
election
count
was
the votes. I
stolen
wonder what they were
in a
doing.
deep blue
This is
city.
worse than
With millions
any
and millions
third
and millions
world
of people
country.
voting.
There's no third world country that has elections like we have. In a rare move, NBC and ABC fake news have both said that they would not cover this speech. They knew what it was about.
Because it's
Because
all
of the fact that
bullshit.
they don't
They
like
would
the
be forced to
topic
fact
because
check,
they
and
know
that's
Yeah.
how corrupt our system is, and they don't want to reveal it. They and others in the media are part of a plot. They want to continue this fraud for whatever reason. They want to keep it going. They want to protect the radical left. They can't have a great country, and that's true. You can't have a great country without free and
There's
fair
low
elections.
energy from him.
Fraud
I
like
know,
this
though.
would
He's just
mean
rambling
a
at this point.
revocation
Like,
of the
what's the
election.
actual
done.
takeaway?
They
What do
use
you
our
want from
public
us? The ballroom, the save act?
multi-billion-dollar
Just tell us what you
in
want. What's
value
the demand?
airways for
Yeah,
absolutely
great
Yeah.
no
point.
money.
He's
They
not
pay
getting to the
nothing.
Which is why I need to
All
run
we
for
want is honesty
get
in
a
our
third
elections
term.
and
You know,
honesty in
cheated.
reporting.
Yeah.
They pay nothing.
We doing a
for
national
Never gonna do that.
emergency,
multi-billion-dollar
seizing the election machines. Like, what the fuck
assets.
is the point?
Great
Get to it.
damage has been done to
He
our
hasn't really been on
country.
camera to
Our
speak because the
elections
attention hasn't really
were
Do
been
you
on
need,
He's
do you
actually,
need,
you know,
do you need your
being
followers
rigged
to
and
storm the Capitol
and the
again? I
trust
mean,
of
just
the
Yeah, what are we
American
doing?
people was lost.
It is the
This
thing he
cannot
does.
be
Like,
allowed
no
to
one's really,
continue. Every
you
American,
ever heard about him
whether
really?
you're a
He's not saying
Republican,
anything crazy
Democrat,
bombastic that's
independent, or
triggering the lips, so he
otherwise,
has to do this.
should be able to
Mhm.
agree that we deserve the most secure,
I hear
honest, and fair
whistleblowing.
election
Something's about to
system anywhere
happen.
in
His
the
little
world.
crazies are going to go take
Secure
the streets, more
elections
voter
should be
suppression, blame it
partisan,
on
really,
nothingness,
we should
and
be
Mhm.
we'll see that.
together.
We'll see more of that.
Democrats,
This,
Republicans,
Oh, of
independents,
course.
everybody. And it should not be a partisan issue. It should cause to unite us, not to divide us. This should be a cause. We should be united, not divided. In light of the brand new and irrefutable information
Wow,
I
he's
have
healing the
revealed tonight,
nation.
my administration is in the process of notifying the states whose election data was compromised by the People's
Georgia.
Republic of China and many others. We will be working closely to mitigate any harm, and we're taking swift
That's it?
action to ensure
You're just telling the
that
states?
sensitive voter data is better protected. So we
China can
never
have
be
my info if
bought,
I could buy a
we can
BYD
never be
car.
hacked, and we can never watch a stolen election again.
you
Tomorrow,
stole
the
it.
Secretary of Homeland Security will hold a briefing
Yeah, literally, he
to
stole the
outline his
2024
department's
election.
recent work confirming cyber
There's no way hell
vulnerabilities in
Democrats were
our
prepared to win
electronic
overwhelmingly
voting
in an
systems.
all
They are bad.
odd year.
We're in the
primary
process
year.
of informing governors, senators, and members of Congress of potential issues in their states. If you look at voting
where you guys are
today, it's in
redistricting, stealing
such
people-
bad shape in
See,
so many
Give
states.
DC
And
statehood.
we are committing to fix it. And we're also committing to be working with those states and local jurisdictions to help them fix and patch known technical vulnerabilities before the midterm elections. We have very important elections coming
Yes, they
up.
want to help
We
for
want
sure.
those
You should
elections to
trust
be
them. Give
honest.
them your voters'
I've also
information so
ordered
they can fix
DHS to
it.
notify every state about
Delete it.
non-citizens on their voter rolls.
Yeah,
and
delete it.
direct them to
Throw it in the
remove all
shredder.
ineligible voters from the lists
Yeah,
immediately.
yeah, there it is. It's about a
But most
purge.
importantly,
There we
addressing
go.
this
Yep.
crisis
Oh, we
of
called it.
election security demands that Congress must pass the
The Save Act.
America
Yeah, there we
Act.
go. There we go. And this
How
is also why we
easy
need
is
the
that to
ballroom,
do unless you want to cheat.
right? Say it.
The,
The only
the
reason you
transitions
wouldn't
are
do it
so
is you want to cheat
dumb and
because your
expected.
policies are so bad and your candidates are so pathetic that you can't get away or can't get elected any other way. This landmark bill requires that
That's
all
straight
voters
projection
must
right
show
there.
photo, voter ID. How simple is that? Could I have your photo, please?
Then
Photo,
make the
voter
IDs
ID.
free, dummy.
All
You're trying to
voters
suppress
must
the
provide
votes and
proof of
disenfranchise people.
citizenship. Are you
Exactly
a
what he's
citizen of
saying.
our country, please? And hopefully there will be no corrupt mail-in ballots, which if you watched California and so many
For
other
me,
places,
I can do it.
mail-in ballots are inherently corrupt.
Then
Are
stop
they? What
voting
is
by mail
that? What
yourself.
is that?
No mail-in ballots except for illness, disability, military deployment, or travel if you're going away on business or vacation. These reforms are urgently needed to
Or if you
stop
live in a
the
different state like my right-wing
vulnerabilities
uncle
that
did
I've
for years.
mentioned. To all Americans, I ask you to pick up your phone
me.
tomorrow, call your
Oh, my God.
representatives in the
Bless
House and
you.
Senate, and demand that they pass the Save America Act.
No one's gonna
without
do
delay.
that.
Together,
His
we
voters
will
might call
restore faith and
Republicans,
confidence in our country.
Oh,
which is
wow.
fine.
And we
They're
will
not
be
gonna pass
bigger,
that.
better, and stronger than ever before. Thank you. God bless you. God bless our great military. And God bless America. Thank you very much.
God, it's over.
I gotta say that was a
That
Boring.
was President Trump from the White House.
Trump,
With
Boring.
about 26
Dull,
minutes.
low energy.
He outlined
oh wow,
Yeah.
C-SPAN is playing the song at the outro of his.
were problems with the 2020 election.
Oh, C-SPAN's got some interesting. They thought this same idea as us.
Donald Trump. Down in Mexico, they love Donald Trump.
Wow, C-SPAN.
I really believed it.
Yeah, they're definitely doing that.
Oh, you did? I'm
C-SPAN's
sorry.
gotten a little in recent years,
did.
you know?
Oh, really? Is this what C-SPAN's doing? I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Whoa. Okay. Thoughts. What are we thinking? Do we support the Save Act now? Are we
Like,
convinced?
it was
Boring.
low energy from him.
Mhm.
It was all obviously lies and fake news and misinformation, but also not packaged in a very Trump-like, at least the way we're used to it from Trump. There was no real, like, I don't know, like he sort of was very calm in his delivery, like he was on some sort of, like, did they give him tranquilizers before going up there? Like, is there something going on with him? Like,
Sudafed's wearing off.
he was low energy. You'd think a threat of this size, he'd be shouting and getting all animated, but he was just like, it was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird that he's pushing the Save Act now after Lindsey Graham died, with Mitch McConnell somewhere in purgatory, either one foot
Yeah. Do they even
in
have
or out of the current plane of existence.
Well,
But it's gonna
that would
be
make
harder
sense why he's doing
now.
this. He's hoping, no, but that makes sense why he's doing this. He's hoping that his supporters rally to do it, because it's not there.
Yeah.
It's you know what I mean? Like,
Mitch
Mhm.
McConnell?
I mean, they would. I don't know what the game plan is, but that seems to me to be the reason why he would do something like that.
Ariana. Yeah.
Hey, sorry, I can't hear you guys. Give me 1 second. Okay, hello,
Okay.
how are you?
Hey,
Hey.
you wrong microphone, by the way. Nice to see you. Yes.
Good, how are you? Nice to see you too.
There you go.
Hi.
There we go. Yeah, we just finished Trump's speech, and
Oh, wait,
I just
what
want to
was
let.
it?
Boring.
So he is claiming that China has tried to meddle with U.S. elections. He also threw in a thing about Maduro doing that, but kind of left it there. I was thinking he was going to say Maduro is willing to testify about him helping Democrats steal the 2020 election. He did not go that far. There's been speculation about whether or not, like, he's going to try to blackmail Maduro into doing that, since he's in U.S. custody currently. Didn't go that far. He's trying to push the SAVE Act, and he wants to let the states know which ones were, like, meddled with China. It's obviously an attempt to get the voter information, like his administration has been trying to do, because they want to suppress the votes. Very clear. With regard to the SAVE Act is the legislation, I believe, that is so that it goes so far that it will disenfranchise millions of married women, because you need your birth certificate to register, and if your last name doesn't match the name on your birth certificate, which is the case for, anyone who takes on the name of their partner, you could be locked out. And so it's
Actually, it's actually a really funny way for them to suppress the vote, because traditionally, wouldn't like the wokest of women, like the girl boss women, keep their last name? I mean, like,
Yeah, I
it would be like all Republican women would be wiped out from voting. Like maybe we should support this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's to say that, y'all. Let's do this. We got
that, no, that's a fair point. Also, requiring passports to vote. I mean, so many Americans don't even have a passport. I'm not sure what the status.
I've
It's like
never been on a plane in my life. You think I left the country before? Like I
same,
don't have a
Kristina.
passport?
Yeah, I got my passport a couple of years ago. Haven't left the country, but a lot of Americans, they're not well traveled.
Crazy.
No,
It's
it
like
is.
when
It
you're at
is.
the DMV, they're like, you need like all these different proofs of like, all your last 6 bills and this and that just for like some like minor thing. And it's like, really? This is why people
For a
hate the DMV?
passport?
Yeah,
No.
you need to get like it costs I think $50. You've got to
For a
get
passport?
your
Not for a passport. I think you guys are mixing
Yeah.
up the real ID with the passport.
no,
Those
for the
are-
passport too. It does cost money to get a passport. It's like $50,
No, no, no.
$100 or something like
You're
that.
talking about the
Passport, no, passport's
card.
$130.
Passport card.
No. You have to pay for the passport, but you don't need to do any of that. You just need some pictures, and you need to
You take a
fill out a
picture,
form,
you fill
and
out a
then you're
form,
good.
and then they send you. Now, if they flag you for something and need more stuff, okay, but that's usually not the case. You take your
Yeah.
picture, you fill out the form, you take your picture, or you either bring it in depending on how it works in your state. They put it on the passport, and that's how you're good to go. Now, there is a passport card that is a cheaper option, cheaper route, but the passport itself is more expensive.
And you can't use the passport card for most countries. It's
Yeah.
literally for like I think
Yeah.
like Mexico and Canada. That's
Yeah.
it or something.
Mhm.
Right. So
Oh.
it just
Just to do something that should be so simple. Voting should be very
yeah.
simple and very painless, but
But yeah,
Well, and a point that a lot of
all
people are
this-
making is if you want voter ID, if you actually want us to present an ID and you don't want to suppress the votes, then make it so that way this ID is free for every single person who's a citizen. All they have to do is provide documentation and or some evidence and they get it. But they don't want to do that. They want to have this ID requirement, make people jump through hoops specifically because they want to suppress the vote. It is about voter disenfranchisement.
Yeah.
Full stop.
I
that
have the perfect solution to all this. You guys know that when you register to vote, you get your voter registration card. Why not make that something like laminated with the barcode? You go up to your polling station, barcode, beep. The computer shows all your information, your photo ID, everything. Because when you register to vote, everyone has to have that type of voting card. That should have everything you need. You don't have to go through all this process to get a real ID, to get a this, to get a that, or whatever have you. Update the voter registration cards. So all you gotta do is just go up to your polling place. Boom, there's all your information. You don't have to worry about all the just crazy shit that you have to do in order just to be able to vote.
well, and
'Cause
keep in mind
understand
though.
why that information is not even on a voter registration card to begin with.
I mean,
still
the
have
fact that
mine.
you registered in the first place shows that you proved that you're a citizen to vote. But all of this is moot, right? All of this is moot, and the fact that we're even talking about what should or shouldn't be done is just it doesn't matter because the fact of the matter is that the actual rate for voter fraud in this country is like 0.00001%, literally 5 zeros, 0.00001%.
voter fraud anymore for elections. So of course.
Yeah, and you'll find a couple of anecdotes here and there. Oftentimes they're ironically Republicans, but there is not enough voter fraud, enough people voting illegally to change the outcome of elections.
But
it
it's
is
supposed to
not
be
The
happening.
little simple misunderstanding.
Yeah, but
or
he wants it to be like that. That's why he mentions Maduro and things like that. It was
Right.
all because it's like to make it seem like it's an immigrant issue, right? It's these different communities that are the problem, and one of the ones that he failed to mention statewide was where he made a mess and put it all over television, had this whole ordeal, had that young lady sitting in court. Never forget it. That was such a crazy time for what he did here in Georgia, right? And claiming election fraud and wasting our time, and then going after the people who went after him. In this particular season, it's just like he's just finding a different way to do it, another way for voter suppression. There's nothing that he's really
Exactly.
saying here, but pulling the same misinformation and then the people he don't like, and that's all this is. There was not one receipt given, one graph, one, no stat, nothing. It is all just, like I was saying in my chat, it's all just literally lies and vibes. Whatever
He's the one who
feeling.
wants to cheat.
Yeah, he's already done it. So he's saying, and I'll never forget when he went during his campaign season before he became president, he said to some Christian nationalists, a church, he said, if you guys, I'm not Christian, but y'all, I'm gonna be honest, I told you I was Christian before, but I'm not Christian. If you guys vote for me, I will make sure I figure out a way to fix these elections moving forward so that they will always be in your favor. And so that's what I'm
never have to
starting
vote
to
again
really,
was the quote, Rebecca.
Yeah, well, exactly. And so this is what I think he's trying to start gearing up towards with these false claims, and of course keep this constant obsession with bringing up Barack Obama, who has not been president, right, for God knows how long now, and continuously bringing up Barack Obama, talking about these burn bags and documents. Meanwhile, let's not forget Donald Trump in his home, whatever it was in Mar-a-Lago, in the bathroom, documents just sitting out for free, right?
Mm-hmm.
These,
didn't want to bring them back.
It's so much of these, how he's trying to talk about his proposals for election IDs and this and that and the other. And while we know it doesn't have anything to do with Maduro, you have to bring up the immigrants to say that the immigrants are the issue in some type of way. And then we got to bring up voter registration, even though we have the real ID. I remember covering here on the ground in Georgia, working with some of our representatives and some people who are doing on the ground work. Shouts out to Cliff Albright. He, the lies that were happening here, not only here, we covered in Florida as well. They were bringing up, going to people's houses who were told verbatim, just to fit Donald Trump's point, and this is years ago, who were told, go ahead and vote. You can go and vote. And these people were like, are you sure? Reluctantly. These people were felons, came out of jail 20 years ago, rehabilitated their lives, and was telling them to go and vote. And as soon as they were like, oh, I can register, I can do all of that, had FBI at their house with cameras, disrupting their lives, arresting them, and claiming that they, this was what it was. And the people were mostly Black and brown people, and having that to show, he was trying to show that those were the case, but all those were proven to be people were going up to them, or telling them that they can register to vote now. They go ahead and do it, and they were doing that. So Donald Trump has been creating this false narrative. It's been documented, and right now it's just another way to take over when it comes to voting. You see how he talks about California, and because old boy from Spencer the Hill, Spencer Pratt did not win, and now it's suddenly rigged, right? Now it's suddenly rigged, and and that's what I'm like. Not you, sir, with the people that was scaling the Capitol in your name, sitting out here saying that this is rigged. We saw what you can do. We seen what your people are capable of doing, but you haven't mentioned them not one time. You haven't mentioned how there are you guys put in things and laws. You worked with governors, in different states and mayors in different cities to make sure that when voting comes around, that you are suppressing, right? You're making sure that people can't get to where they have to go. You're moving, where people can go vote. You're making it more difficult. You're saying you're pushing the times out to times where they can't make it. You're making sure that there's no water or food available, knowing that lines where you're cutting
the number of polling places too in majority and minority districts in particular.
Causing these lines to be extra long where, people aren't going to be able to stay. This is all the things that are going on. Going to places where, there are addresses above these different places like stores. And I remember covering that story. So many people in Atlanta had gotten letters saying that they were accusing them of voter fraud, saying that they were putting the deli that was downstairs, their address for their address. Meanwhile, it is the same exact address, different suites.
Yep.
Same address, different suites. So it was, this
Wow.
is just what he's gonna do. He's gonna keep on pushing and pushing and pushing for this to become something that works in his favor. We're actually seeing it work in real time now. That's why we have to make sure that, like in Kentucky, Mitch McConnell, wherever he is right now, we don't know if he's with us or not, but Corey gets that seat, right? This is what we're shooting for, because what they're doing is they're trying to go in the back end and make sure that these seats are reserved for more of their crooked people, without an honest. Even though the system isn't honest, there's so many areas that are failing right now. But it's like, can we try to do it is whatever's left of right, like whatever's left of doing this process correctly? Can we try to do it as correctly as possible? And Donald Trump is trying to take that little that we have left. So,
yeah, and to your point, there's a political scientist. I'm blanking on who said it, but Trump has been successful at consolidating power in a very similar way that other authoritarians have consolidated power. Think Erdogan, Putin, Viktor Orban, whatnot. But one key area where he has failed is on the nationalization or the federalization of elections. He has not been able to seize control in the way that he has wanted to and tried to. It's been an effort. States have not been complying, and that's kind of like the one saving grace. Having said that, though, his goal, as Rebecca was pointing out so eloquently, is that like he is trying to do all of this to sow doubt in our elections so he can steal the elections. Again, to go back to the voter fraud actual rate over the last 40 years, I think it was either Heritage or Cato that did the analysis. Over the last 40 years, there's been 85 cases of voter fraud. All of them have been caught and they've been prosecuted. But if you look at what's actually taking place right now, the actual voter suppression that's happening is from Republicans. What just happened a month ago? The Supreme Court gave the final death blow to the Voting Rights Act. They killed Section 2, and now red states can quite literally do racist gerrymanders so long as they can get away with no evidence that they're doing it for racist reasons. It's outrageous. Before that, in 2013, they gutted pre-clearance, paving the way for all of these voter suppression laws. And when you look at the way that they are purging voter rolls, they're claiming, oh, these voters are dead and whatnot. Or in Texas, for example, they had their own voter suppression laws that they passed where they were sending out forms to voters who were already registered, but they were basically making it so that way they had a certain amount of time to reply. And if they didn't, they were automatically unregistered. Or if they moved, they try to I forgot specifically what the mechanism was, but they'd make it so it was very difficult to change your address once you registered. They're doing all of these things. They want you to jump through hoops because they don't want you to vote. Specifically, they target blue districts and districts of color because that is the only way that they can win. It's crazy that Trump will say, oh, the only way that Democrats can win is if they cheat. That's literally the only way that you can win. The entire system is rigged in favor of Republicans. Think about this. We have an electoral college, and in 2016, Trump won even though he got less votes than Hillary Clinton. That is fucking crazy. He got millions less votes than Hillary Clinton. And I'm no fan of Hillary Clinton, but she got more votes, didn't get to become president. They have the Senate, which disproportionately favored these, rural red states with a population of 2. And just the entire system is stacked in favor of conservative Republicans, but yet it's not good enough. They have to make sure that even as a minority party, they have more advantages. And it's outrageous. And I hope that the ABC or maybe it was NBC that you said that wasn't covering it. I hope that makes a difference because nobody should have covered this. I say that we're a small outlet, right? We cover this, but
but if they were going to, I feel like it was going to force them to do so much fact checking. Some people don't want to do the fact checking because it's going to put them, wherever their alliance is, for their networks to have to, point that out. Now the other ones is it's gonna be too much work. That man, nothing but since I got on, and I don't know how long he been on before that, it was nothing but lies. No, and there were no stats, there was no documentation, there was no picture graph, it was nothing to show for what he was saying. There was nothing, and then it was just You know, his numbers all were vague. It was millions and millions, as he always says. Or I got word from the street. Somebody told me that told somebody that told somebody that told somebody that came to me. So now I'm gonna start an investigation because I heard that my friend and them said that this happened. That's what it was all about. And it was like, I don't like this, so let's change it. I don't see how this works for us, so let's change it. But never giving actual reasons why. It was a lot of talking in circles. And again, him mentioning all this voter, all this that. Meanwhile, he is the one that is going to start. He's laying it out for us in layman's terms, but he's laying it out for us to let us know voting suppression is about to be. I'm about to go. You think I'm doing it now? I'm about to triple, quadruple down on y'all behinds.
Yeah,
I'm about to make it real tough. And yeah, so y'all just gotta watch. That's basically all I heard. Like, there's nothing else that matters here. Blaming everything on China was just fluff, right? You know, he always blames things on China. What's new? Mentioning Maduro and talking about the governance and how they run their government. That's not how it's run over here. Isn't that the point of you going over there and abducting them people president? And like, ain't that what you saying that you the best and you got it over here, but you're still comparing, right? And you're saying that could possibly happen here. So so you're not doing your job? You're not doing what you said. So it's like, it's all of this talk, but only to tell us that he's about to start preparing to help folks steal elections. That's all that is.
It's a last-ditch effort to try to get the SAVE Act passed and to try to, before the midterms, get states to hand over their voter rolls, because that's ultimately what he wants. Because if he can see, this information that he isn't privy to, then that will be a lot easier to target these communities that he wants to disenfranchise and suppress, or just invalidate their ballots. A lot of absentee ballots, they can fuck. There's a lot of fuckery that he can do if he has this information.
Yep. And while and here's the thing, I just recall him. He said this before. He said this in one of his, press conferences before. A Justice to the Nation before, where the election was stolen and there's going to be an investigation. However, I've read countless articles that have said they have found no evidence of any fraud in the 2020 election. No. Nothing. Wasting our time, tax dollars.
People just didn't like how Trump was handling COVID, and they're like, guess what? We'll ride with Biden, and that's it.
Yeah, and that's what I'm like. Here he is saying all this stuff, but child, we already dealt with this. Just say what it is. You want to steal elections? Okay. It ain't like you ain't did it before. Yeah. Trying to blame this on China and things that ain't got no business with nothing. Bringing up, I didn't come in where he was bringing up Biden, but he probably did. Him bringing up Barack Obama that ain't had nothing to do with nothing. Trying to say that he wants to lessen fraud. Voter fraud. Meanwhile, they literally said, with all of the investigations that we've already had to sit through for years, listening to people's stories and accounts, there was nothing has been proven. Audits have happened. All of that. There was no fraud in 2020, in the 2020 election. What more can we do?
Don't know.
So
it's just crazy.
Yeah, and he said him saying that they trying to say your president not hot. What?
No one would have believed. No one would have thought that if it wasn't for China. Everyone would have thought, "Oh, that's the hottest president. It's the hottest president in the world. We got the hottest president in the world."
Like him really saying it. They try to say your president isn't hot. What?
Come on.
You don't think that the Nekusi is hot?
Good. It's getting more necklacy because of whatever the hell he's taking.
It's so
slimmer.
Politico has they have an article about this. It actually came out before his speech, where it says that ahead of Trump's speech, DHS says it found thousands of non-citizens on voter rolls. So they're talking about California, Nevada, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. Just to be very clear, that doesn't mean anything. First of all, we don't know if they're lying because they lie like they breathe, so I don't take anything that they say seriously. But that doesn't prove that they voted. If people mistakenly registered to vote or they were fraudulently registered, then nobody is saying you shouldn't prosecute the people who are committing these crimes. But what we know is that they don't give a shit about anything but making sure that future elections are fixed for Republicans. That's what this is about. He wants to be able to rig elections. He knows that the midterms aren't looking great because nobody likes his war. Nobody can survive because of the cost of living crisis inflicted by him in part because of tariffs and the energy crisis because of the Iran war. So just like, I don't know. I feel like I don't know what the impact of this is going to be because he's not like it's Trump. Nobody buys anything he says. He changes his tune like every 5 minutes. So what exactly, like, is this actually going to get the SAVE Act across the finish line? I just don't understand it.
No.
Doesn't even have the votes.
Yeah. Yeah.
This was dumb. You know, me coming in
really
late
pointless.
and it still was dumb.
Yeah.
He didn't say anything he hasn't said before, except for I haven't heard about the burn bags. He probably said it in some iteration before.
I like when he said how Obama was Obama was supposed to have them taken care of, and then someone didn't do their job. Someone didn't do it. Like,
so he said now he lamed out. He said FBI such and such whatever. They're about to look into it. The burn bags, and I'm just like,
I do like the idea of like Obama hearing about this speech and being like, someone didn't burn the bags? Oh no!
See, when I burn bags, I think
this is a great point.
He about to be living his life with
Corey.
It's embarrassing.
This is a great point by Corey. Non-citizens can register to vote in a lot of local elections. So it's not like automatically scandalous. Like they're not, when they say that non-citizens are registered to vote, it's not automatically evidence of a crime. Like he's just preying on people's ignorance. That's a really great point. I'm glad that Corey brought that up because it doesn't mean anything. It's just like,
when I think of burn bags, I think of when my dad was younger. He used to like get like a bag of like dog poop and light on fire and then like put it in front of a neighbor's. When I think of burn bag, I think of that for some reason.
It's because
like, what burn?
What I hate this. I hate all of
fire.
it.
Are there like? Is he talking about like Republican ballots that got burned in a bag? Like what
he's talking about information that he was referring to the information that allegedly President Obama left behind, former President Obama left behind, and he was supposed to get rid of, and he didn't, and so now they need to look into that. And nothing to do with nothing, just another reason to blame a former president for that he don't like for something that has nothing to do with anything.
Bags, but
yeah,
it's too early to tell. I think what the impact of that speech is going to be, but if I had to guess, I would say the overall outcome is going to be a big wet fart. It's just nobody's going to care. We're going to move on. We're going to forget about it, and that's going to be it. We wasted our time watching this. We'll never get that 30 to 45 minutes back.
Is that what it was?
Just a waste. I'm not sure how long it was in particular. It felt like it was 2.5 hours, but I know it's probably more like 30 minutes or so.
Yeah. Yeah. It's great.
But
it's funny.
But speaking of farts, there's a different story we can pivot to. How'd you know, Kristina? My goodness.
I saw a clip. I was like, oh, what?
Yeah. So
this is really about farts?
Yeah, it is about farts, literally. I wanted to get your opinion.
You need to bring up the energy again. You know what I'm saying?
So we don't know. This isn't confirmed. Schumer was asked about this by a reporter. He won't say. But just listen to this and tell me what your takeaway is.
Now,
it's fucking up.
Oh, you're about to. We watched this on the Majority Report earlier. You're whatever you expect you're gonna hear. It's like 10 times whatever you expect.
No.
Now on Iran and the NDAA, the American people need to know, of course, how and why this chaos is spreading through their streets.
That was real?
And we need...
They boosted the volume, but you'll hear it like
now
regularly.
On Iran and the NDAA, when all the Trump administration...
Another one?
And
it was one, but they played it at that point in the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah. And here's why I think this is a fart.
He's gassy.
He pauses.
Another one.
Oh my god.
And
Like, he
bends
pauses,
down a
right?
little bit, and
Like,
he
Yeah, you notice.
He does the thing.
He did a little
just have
dip.
to
He
level
laughs.
out.
He does a little laugh.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, he's very clearly farting. Like,
on in the NDAA. When all the Trump
he
administration
knows what he did. He knows what he did.
Listen,
what
of
he
course
did.
he does. It's a body, but Jesus, why did it get caught on the mic?
Yeah, how powerful are those bikes?
I forgot who.
Senator.
I forgot who on the Majority Report said this earlier today, but we watched this clip and someone was like, "Did they have it mic'd? Like, why is it so loud? Did someone mic his?"
Must be loud enough for it to get caught on the mic. You know, like a hot mic moment.
Maybe he's in the early stages of that. What is that parasite called? Psych something?
Butthole COVID.
Yeah, butthole COVID. So this is
lava butt. I don't know.
This is a TMZ reporter asking him about it, and I think his answer is telling, or his non-answer is telling.
Senator.
Oh, do you guys have sound? Let me.
No, the sound has disappeared.
It started.
Okay, let me play it again.
Senator. Senator Jacob with TMZ, did you fart yesterday on the Senate?
That's actually funnier than the fart. Congressman, this is Jacob with TMZ. I put a question here. Did you fart yesterday?
That's the journalism that we need in this country. That's been missing.
Like, that's the question you go follow that man to ask out of all the questions. Now listen, if he did, he's older, he's gassy. But why was it like? And you could tell he did it. He dipped the knees, brought it back. It needed to release. He did. Y'all saw it. But yeah, unfortunately, we had to hear that.
It's undeniable. I think that he farted. Listen, when
Humans
you get
fart.
When you get older, you kind of lose control of your body, and sometimes it squeaks out. It's the least offensive thing Chuck Schumer has ever done. Okay, I'll put it that way.
My mom sometimes, because I'm like, "Are you sure you don't got that? You know, the thing that's going around?" And she's like, "No." I'm like, "But you love produce, you love onions on your stuff. You might." She's like, "Well, I don't eat Taco Bell, so I'm fine." I'm like, "Yeah, we got better Mexican food here anyway." So, but it's like, it's just so funny that that's going around and people are like, what did Taco Bell know? I'm like, what did the government know? And why don't we have, an agency that's supposed to be in charge of making sure our food doesn't cause us explosive diarrhea?
I just feel like with Taco Bell, it's kind of unfair to blame them for this because you get diarrhea when you eat there no matter what. And I love Taco Bell.
Period. No, I said this on Threads and like 2,000 people were like, now what you mean? Because Taco Bell, but they were like, it does mess up my stomach. But it is good. And I'm like, see, that's the problem. Y'all got to free yourselves from bad digestive systems by eating that Taco Bell. Like, why are you eating there at 2 a.m.? You can't.
I have an answer for that, Rebecca.
Why are you eating?
It's the best food to eat when you're drunk or high. It is the best.
That's what they were saying. Okay, that's what they're saying. And so a toe up stomach while you drunk or high is crazy.
Even if I'm sober, like I haven't had Taco Bell in years, just for the record, but I used to eat there all the time just because it was super cheap, 69-cent burrito. That I'm dating myself with that one. But
wow, it's like $15 now, Mike. How old are you?
Yeah, every time I ate there though, fucked me up. Like it is not meant for human consumption at all. So Taco Bell has always had problems. So to blame them for this latest outbreak of a parasite, it's just not fair, okay? They're always going to make you sick no matter what.
It sounds explosive diarrhea, eating that Taco Bell, explosive it's giving the same thing. So I feel like people can relate when they, when they're talking about this. They're like, this is feeling like I ate Taco Bell.
Yeah.
If I go further, this is feeling like, what is that other place called? People might kill me for this one, Waffle House, okay? Waffle House.
Waffle House. Like that's like there's always fights. There's always something going on at Waffle House when you go there drunk and you want some good.
I mean, you have entertainment. I used to back in my college days. That's where I used to go. I used to go ahead and stop there. The body that I have now could never digest that food.
I know.
Okay, it could never. Absolutely no.
Oh, prayer circle for this person.
Oh,
prayer circle for you. Praying for you, my friend.
Please.
Praying for you.
We
There's
should not be eating Taco
there's a
Bell.
really good Mexican restaurant. It was a food truck across from where I live, and they opened up an actual restaurant recently, and it's the best Mexican food ever. I'm like, why would you want Taco Bell when you can get something made from scratch like that?
You know,
Those
I
Mexican
have a
grill.
response to that, Kristina. It's because Taco Bell is not actually Mexican food. It's something completely different.
It is,
right?
yeah.
So if you actually want legit Mexican food, you're never going to go for Taco Bell.
You
Because
gotta
that's
go
not.
to the trucks outside, girl. They be
Yeah, you go to a
outside in
food
the
truck, you go to a
Yeah.
restaurant. Yeah, by the
Don't
way, this
speak
person.
no English.
Arby's.
That's where it's
Arby's
good.
is my Taco
I make
Bell.
that same argument about like Papa John's and Pizza Hut and Domino's. Like it's not pizza. Like it's
But
not
you live in
pizzeria
New York.
pizza. It's its own but it's its own thing though. Like you could be in the mood for real legit pizzeria pizza, or you could be in the mood for whatever it is that Papa John's and Domino's.
I need my thin crust.
You just want some trash that's greasy sometimes. You just
Sometimes
get a
you just
craving for
want
that.
you just want that garbage.
Best
So Life
pizza.
in my comment section said they worked at Taco Bell for 3 weeks. And said this is their account. They waste zero food there. If food sits and dries out, they have a special scalding hot water faucet built into the wall to rehydrate it.
Oh,
This is for all the people that want to say Taco Bell is what it is. Are you listening to this?
Yeah, a lot of places. Before there was Panera Bread, there was this place called Atlanta Bread Company.
I have Atlanta Bread right across the street.
Yeah, my sister used to manage it, and unfortunately, they would be like, "Okay, it's the weekend. We gotta get rid of all the food, throw it all away." My mom's
You never
like,
find me in there.
"We can't give it away to like." They're like, "No." So we would just take all the leftover muffin tops and the brownies and whatever we could, because why would you want to waste all that food that's still like fresh?
Yeah.
That food isn't good anyway. I'm sorry to say that. Atlanta bread
Yeah,
food.
we got
is
Panera Bread brand, our Atlanta Bread Company, out of business.
Oof.
Open right
It's cruel to serve that to people, so that's why they just throw it away.
That's why they didn't give it to him. I'm just kidding. Sorry to the Atlanta bread folks, but that wasn't my cup of tea either.
I would say the best pizza ever is in Freehold, New Jersey. Federici's. Perfect. My sister, every time my sister comes down, she gets me some weed edibles. My mom's like weed cream, and Federici's pizza is delicious.
Does weed cream actually work? Because I don't know if it's a placebo or not. I know a lot of people swear by it, but
real strong THC in it. That's
Okay.
why, like, I try to give my mom like CBD stuff. I mean, she's 62. We're still cleaning houses, and we're gonna move back up to Jersey, and she's gonna finally retire. But like, she's like, yeah, the CBD doesn't work as good as like the stuff your sister gets me, and I'm like, yeah, I got.
So she thinks the cream works better than the CBD. Like if she smokes CBD.
Well, yeah, like she rather do topicals with like pain, because it gets the spot, like the muscles where she's aching and whatnot. But one time my sister came down, she got me Mike Tyson's Mike Bites, and I told Sam Cedar this when he came on the pod when he was doing his Cedar Seeds for Moon Night Extravaganza, and I was like, yeah, he did a collab with Vander Holyfield where they got like ear-shaped gummies and then little square
That's so
gummies with the corners
wrong.
bit off of them.
Oh God.
I felt so good too. I was like, this is great. I'm like, you know what? I'm so high. I'm not gonna think about biting someone's ear off.
Oh,
Trump
crazy.
doesn't grow back.
Yeah. That's an important point to
the
point out.
CBD is it CBD? What'd you say you had? It was a THC or CBD oil?
Because living in South Carolina, it's only HHC and CBD that's legal. Obviously, like just hemp. But it's not.
Okay.
And like the stuff that my sister would bring down for my mom for like pain and back pain and like all that. So it's like, and it's so much better than, I mean, CBD is great, but like it's just not as strong as like the real like stuff.
Yeah, there's no THC, so you're not getting high. You're just kind of getting some of the, like for me, I can smoke CBD and it'll help me sleep a little bit.
Yeah.
Doesn't get me high. That's the best.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, the THC is the best in my opinion. I just don't smoke as much anymore. I haven't smoked in a while actually, just because I kind of get like anxious sometimes. So I gotta like pace myself and wait till I'm not as rambunctious. Otherwise, I start panicking. But I get indica and it's not as bad. But I prefer
I got back
sativa.
on Vyvanse and I feel like Superwoman right now. It's great.
That's
what is
wonderful.
it?
Vyvanse. It's like I can't be on Adderall because I would go up and take another one, then go down. And so, but Vyvanse is like a extended time release for ADD. And I'm noticed I'm more focused because sometimes you get hyper focused on one thing and then you forget to do other little things like other tasks. And so I kept telling my my doctor, I'm like, I'm drinking 4 energy drinks a day plus a coffee and plus Coke when I should be drinking water to keep energy. And I'm like, I need something safer. And they're like, and I'm like, I've been on Vyvanse in the past. It works great for me. And he's like, perfect. Okay, cool. And I'm like, yes.
That's good. I mean, that's important. At least you're taking care of yourself. A lot of people won't do it because of the stigma attached to it, but people who know that, you know, they need it to get through their days and, you know, to not abuse it, but to be able to get through your day, to be able to manage. I think that is good that you found an option that works for you, because people are under the impression that every option works. Oh, Lexapro works for this person, it's going to work for me, or this amount works for this person, it's going to work for me. Go to your doctor, ask them, you know, to give you a little trial run. If it is not working, do not act like it's not working. Go back to your doctor, tell them this doesn't work for me. There is probably another option that can work for you, or something of the sort. So, yeah. Oh, Ben is in the chat. What's up, Ben?
That's why
how's it going, Ben?
Sudafed.
Oh.
I did have something else I wanted to play for you while we were talking about the parasite going around in public health, and I thought that this would be appropriate to bring in. Somebody did a parody of RFK Jr.
Oh, this guy! I love this guy.
Yeah, so trying to wake
so
up Mitch
good.
McConnell as if you were RFK. I'm just gonna play this for the chat because we all made you suffer through the Donald Trump speech. So now we're gonna give you a little bit of happy things. So go ahead
Is
and
this happy?
it's a little disturbing. I won't lie.
It's a
Fair point, Rebecca. But yeah, I thought it was pretty funny.
You need stem cells. I've got some fetus fettuccine.
Stop it.
It's
So I
loaded with
can't.
stem cells.
This is
It's exactly what you need.
no.
Is it disturbing?
This is no. It's a minute long.
It's
It's
just
a minute
so good.
It's
long,
just
and you
so,
stop that thing.
it's just so unsettling. Like the way the face is moving, I hate it. I hate it so much.
It's the eyes for me.
The fact that the face is like that, just like frozen, makes it so much funnier to me. There's
This is like OG Snapchat when they used to take the face and didn't move.
It's nostalgic in a way, right?
Yeah.
You gotta wake up. Wake up, Mitch. Come on. Mitch. Your wife.
Why is he doing
needs
the voice like this? I don't have time. I don't want to engage.
This was his meal ticket on TikTok. This guy doing
Your
it.
wife's Asian. Nice. Mitch. Smell this. Smell it. God damn it, Mitch. Come on. Wake up.
I can't engage.
Why do you have Dr. Rubin's book on your bookshelf? Do you think it's going to save you? Mitch, I know you can
He
see
opened
me.
his eyes.
I can see you seeing me.
I'm not doing this with y'all.
Mitch, Mitch,
The hell
if you
is
don't
for,
wake
is for
up, I'm gonna beat your dog Harold. I'm gonna beat him with this stick. You've got 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3.
Amazing.
Yeah, that was his thing that helped him really blow up on TikTok, is doing the those like RFK Jr. things. It's like the one guy who does like all the Hugh Jackman singing, and then one time he could do like Donald Duck. He did the entirety of the one song from Wicked as Donald Duck, and I was like, I can't listen to this. This is 4 minutes long.
That's too much time. Too much time.
It's amazing
I was gonna-
where TikTok
y'all-
drop you off.
Did you guys talk about Lindsey Graham just dying like that?
I was
My
just
senator,
gonna bring
who
that
I
up.
love with all my heart. I had no ill feelings about that man. I love that man to death. I did not laugh when he died. I didn't celebrate. I didn't freak out. I was cool, calm, collective. I should have pulled up the clip of me reacting to his death, but whatever.
I too am very
I was
sad
like,
by his unexpected passing.
But that was so random, though.
Yeah.
You know, that was a very random situation.
But
did he
what
ever go check
killed
on Mitch?
him- What killed him though, it's I think it's the thing that killed John Ritter. And they are like I I guess there was like a problem with one of his aortic valves or whatever, like they hardened it or something like that. And well, his father died from a heart attack, so everyone's like, "Oh, the deep state." I'm like, no, it's a genetic thing that probably killed
Yeah, I
him.
was gonna say something that goes through bloodline. But
Now we got
wow.
one more gay senator now in South Carolina, and that's Tim Scott.
Oh.
So I just want to, for anybody who hasn't seen this yet, you can play a video game of Lindsey Graham instead of video Graham.
Who's doing this? Like, who has time to get up and really just like take it
It's
to
a liberal
hell?
way of protesting, coming up with a fun video game.
Find every birdo.
If I was gonna do a Lindsey Graham game, it would be like,
Are you playing it right now?
I'm playing it, yeah.
Oh my!
I'm not playing it very good. Oh, you can double jump. Okay. Oh, the song.
Oh, Lindsey.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know how to get past that thingy. Oh wait.
He never met a war he didn't like. Killing people overseas was among his favorite pastimes. A warrior senator against trans rights.
Take that, Hasan.
Getting fucked by trans women was among his favorite pastimes.
So does he go to hell at the end?
Apparently, you can.
I gotta say,
find Charlie
the
Kirk.
song's pretty catchy, actually.
It is.
When asked about him dying, Donald said nothing about Lindsey and just pointed out how it would be harder now to pass the Save Act.
Oh, Save
I'm not very good at it.
Well, did you ever make it to the end?
No, this is my first time playing it. It's kind of hard to play it on my Apple keyboard,
Yeah.
but
Does he go to hell at all?
what was that?
I'm like, does he go to hell at all? Like,
Oh, he's in hell right now.
Yeah.
oh, he's in hell now. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
No. Oh, okay. The song is beautiful, though, I will say.
It's a good song.
It is.
I mean, it's
So
catchy. It got me.
I'm gonna post the link to that in the chat.
I'm gonna
if
be
anybody wants to play it.
I'm gonna be singing that song in my head. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
That
The
and
intro?
Donald Trump. Donald Trump. Like,
It's like all the different versions of We Are Charlie Kirk.
Yeah,
Somebody
so
said Lindsey isn't in hell. He's inside of Mitch.
let me find the TikTok
Oh.
creator who actually
Nah, Mitch wasn't his type. He liked young twinks.
Yeah.
give me 1 second. So the actual creator of the video game posted a TikTok about it. I'm trying to see if I could find it because he explains all of the like secrets about it and whatnot. Let me see. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it.
Wait, his
Save it.
whole, all of his past with the young sex workers?
No, about the game itself.
Oh.
Because I know that there's a TikTok about it from the creator, and he's like, you can find like Henry Kissinger's flying around down there. You might find a Mitch McConnell, and if you get something, then a Charlie Kirk will chase you. Like, there's a bunch of Easter eggs. Like, it's pretty fleshed out, it seems. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to find the TikTok.
I can hear like a
but
satanic version of We Are Charlie Kirk playing during that.
yeah, that song itself was really good though. I liked it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what else do we have today? We still have about 15 minutes.
Somebody said something about a lazy. Told me to ask you about the lazy bum pledge.
The lazy bum pledge.
what?
I don't
Even
know.
I'm
Looney
no
Tunes,
idea.
right? I mean, Looney Tunes 9000 said, "Let me catch you up to speed. If you don't know about the lazy bum pledge, let Mike explain it to you."
Okay, Mike, explain it to me.
Because I would know. I would know about the lazy bum pledge.
And then-
Because I'm a
and
lazy
then-
bum.
I mean, it
Look
does
at
sound like
that.
something you wouldn't know about. You do know the most obscure shit on earth.
I do know all about the Boosie lore from this week with the Jacob Wool
What the fuck
attempt
are
to pardon
you
him.
Oh my god, I forgot about that guy.
You haven't. So, hang on. Let me give me 1 second. I could try to pull up videos. But anyways, long story short. So, rapper Boosie Badass, he tried to.
Rapper Boosie Badass.
You've never heard of
You
Boosie?
talking about Boosie?
No, it's pronounced Boosie. I've known him for a long time. Yeah, Boosie. He.
It's not
So-
Boosie. That's what I'm saying.
It's
Like, what?
Boosie.
He's joking. He's
No,
no,
it's-
saying it is.
I'm 100% confident it's Boosie.
Yes,
No, it's
Why I was
Boosie.
so
It
I
is
was like,
Boosie. Bad.
You've never heard of Boosie Badass?
Oh, this is a different person.
No, he was popular during he's a Louisiana rapper. He was popular with
That's
Webby and
That is Boosie Badass.
it's Boosie, Rebecca.
It's Lil Boosie. I
It's-
know. I
it's-
love Boosie.
It's pronounced Boosie. I'm pretty sure he pronounces it that
I
way.
used to love Boosie, but back in my day, it's Boosie, and you are kidding. You are Mike is playing.
No.
You know that man pronounce
Wait,
it.
Rebecca, you love
You're-
Boosie?
I love Boosie. Okay. And Mike is playing y'all because Mike know better. He's just joking because Mike. That's so
No,
white of Mike.
I'm
to
serious.
really
That's
say
how
that.
you say it.
Mike, please. Okay.
So, now you're making me
I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
you're making me laugh because I don't mean that Boosie.
You really think it's pronounced that way?
Wow. What do you
Yeah,
think?
of course.
He's lying, y'all. You know he gonna sit here and lie. He be lying all the time. He is lying. Okay.
He's so for those who he's not big in the political sphere. Plies is making fun of him, which is hilarious. But a couple of years ago, when I think it was at the BET Awards, Lil Nas X performed. He got so triggered, and something he said stuck with me forever. He's like, "You can't be performing like that," because he thought that Lil Nas X's performance was too sexual, and he said, "Boys out here are trying to be straight. You can't be doing that." And I'm like, "Oh no." He just outed himself because
He has a daughter who is a part of the LGBTQ community. I believe she's,
does he really? I didn't know that.
Yes, he does. And I want to say, And then he has what he did to his son. A lot of people talk about that as well. For his son's coming of age party, he had a woman come in and have sex with him.
I remember that. Yeah.
So, his history.
Wait, what?
Yeah, and he's the one that shared this
Really fucked up.
as a proud story about his son.
Yeah.
So you can find it in an interview. He's talking about it, and he comes
That's crazy.
when everybody got to it and replayed that. He said he doesn't mind it. My son isn't going to be gay or whatever, but he does have a daughter who is, who also spoke out about that, saying, my dad, he doesn't talk to me anymore and things of that sort.
That's so sad.
And then Boosie says that, he has people that he works alongside that are gay, but they respect him. So there's if they respect him, that kind of thing. But he is problematic so much in that way because he thinks that he's doing something so manly, which, in turn, like you said, Mike, it's like he's battling.
Yeah.
Something of his
He
own.
told us too much.
Yeah, he's battling something of his own. Trying to suppress or just upset, with whatever he's been indoctrinated with, and a lot of people from those type of communities are, and so mine as well, where it's so bad, right? It's so bad you die if you are gay or whatever. But him being in America now and then crying about what recently, with all these LGBTQIA plus rights and his problem with trans folks, all the things, him having all these issues and also adding to the conversations that the Republicans, that the right, Donald Trump and them were talking about when, taking away rights for trans communities and people who are part of the LGBTQIA plus communities. It sucks because now he's crying, what I recently seen, he's crying about being scammed He by
I
some
have that,
GOP
Rebecca.
folks. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think that's where you're leading up to, but that basically is what's going on. You know, now he's crying about being scammed, I think, and is suing people because he didn't get his pardon from Donald
Look
Trump.
at Pastor Ben. I fucking every
You know
time I
he's-
see him,
He in the comments.
he's always the first one. I love it so much.
He
But
stay in the comments.
yeah, so he paid $600,000 and he gave, for those who don't know, there's like an entire industry in DC of these firms that are basically, they're telling rich people that they can get them a Trump pardon if you pay them money. So Boosie paid Jacob Wool and Jack, I forgot his last name, like $600,000. And of course, he didn't get the pardon. There's no guarantee. And now he's really mad. He wants a refund. And he's kind of like doing a little bit of a Twitter crash out where he's calling on Laura Loomer, Mike Cernovich, all these folks to get his money back. And, Pastor Ben here, hey, Boosie, 4 of those MFers have me blocked. Let me show you how to get back at them. Plot silent.
I mean,
so funny.
Jacob Roll, he's the one who started the allegations against like Anthony Fauci and Robert Mueller, and that was part of like his and Pete Buttigieg. That was like his kind of like claim to fame.
I don't remember what Jacob Wool. I know that he did like a joint live stream with Laura Loomer after she handcuffed herself to Twitter's headquarters when she got banned. But he did a press conference for something else. I don't remember what it was for.
I
It was some like fake fraud thing.
We have allegations about Fauci and Robert Mueller and Pete Buttigieg and a few other people. It's been a big deal, and it's like, this is nothing. You're not providing any evidence, no victims' names. You're just saying whatever. He's a joke.
Yeah.
This is so hilarious. It's just funny how the tables are turning, and a lot of the people that have really aligned themselves with the mediocrity of this current administration to get themselves like performing at his events for a pardon. You know what we say on my show with Ben, you just checking into the Kunta Hotel just so you can look crazy. You putting on your tap dancing shoes so you can look crazy. And then in the end, it's going to be something that doesn't serve you, right? And then, you'll turn around and you'll see, and I'll speak for them, these against them, but you'll see these Black artists support them. And then when something comes up that's affecting their household, then it comes to, I didn't know until now. We can't support this president because hold your vote. It's time to get out and vote. It's never like, it's always when it comes to your door, but when it was affecting everybody or when it was something that could affect everybody, you thought about yourself. You thought about how you got money and you can buy your way out of whatever it is that you needed to buy your way out of, but contribute to the harmful rhetoric. A lot of the laws that were going to hurt so many people, whether that was immigration, whether that was for trans rights, whether that was women's rights, y'all didn't care about that, but you didn't get your pardon. You paid that $600,000 and now you want to sue and now you on the internet crying wolf.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah. Like in a way I feel bad for him because it's just like, damn, this dude used to have a career and this is kind of like what he's become. So it's sad because I'm nostalgic for like the era when he was really big. I was never a really big fan of Boosie to begin with, but like I like the era. That's when I was really into. By the way,
you were never a big fan. You were never a big fan of Boosie.
Let me just show you. Okay, I pulled up the pronunciation and I am 100% correct. Okay, I just want to fact check everybody because you had me thinking maybe I am wrong, but no. When you listen to it, it's Boosie.
Boosie.
Yeah, so she's saying Boosie.
No, it's we have the first one.
Boosie.
But now you're making me unhear it. You're making me unhear. It is.
See, because listen.
Boosie.
There you see, you heard it, y'all. Listen to me. Everybody, don't
wait, Mike.
Boosie.
Mike, hold on. I'm now confused. I thought you were doing a bit. You're being serious?
No, he's not.
Oh, it's so funny. Oh my god, I love that his name is Boosie. And for those who don't know, for anybody who's not in the know, Boosie means butt pussy. Okay.
Oh my god.
What? I had no idea.
No, y'all taught me something. Remember when I first found out, like what, 3 years ago, when y'all was teaching me all the words, and I'm like, well, what is that?
It's terrible.
During
I'm
the
so
summer,
sorry,
he
everybody.
goes. During the summer, he goes in the pool, and he goes by the name Wet Ass Bussy.
You don't even know. Now it's funny you mentioned that because he also is had popularized a few summers ago, him being Boosie, a pool party where it was the cucumber pool party, where there was a lot of over sexualization of women happening there on camera. Videos have popped out all over the internet, and he was the one that popularized using cucumbers as sex toys in the front of a whole party of people, just at a pool party. And then he started having these pool parties every year.
I just think it's a great food method.
Yeah, it's.
By the way, I'm getting fact checked in the chat. They're saying it's boy pussy. It is. That's a common misconception. It is butt pussy because that would imply that girls can't have them too when they do. So you're being bigoted against women and sexist if you say that.
You guys,
bro, what the fuck?
I'll debate this. I will die on this fucking hill.
It is before the stream. Like, you're on something right now, man.
Or am I off something?
Oh God.
Or maybe both. I don't know. It's giving something.
Lord.
Definitely.
It's crazy.
Mike is being bigoted against trans men. You don't get to use that. No, okay, stop. I win. We have to end the debate right there. Okay, you can't out debate me on this. It's very important.
I'm staying out of this.
Y'all play too much.
Well, should we get to super chats, everybody?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Who wants to go first?
Oh my god! I don't know why I'm so tired today. I'm like yawning.
You yawn like
you know what? You know what's
55
you know what's
times.
going on? You know what's going on? Are you guys wherever you are you guys getting all this wildfire smoke coming in?
Yeah,
Not over
I'm
here,
not,
but I
thank
did
you.
hear about it up north. In
my asthma
New
got
York,
really bad today.
the fires.
It's like been killing me. Like I go outside and you just smell burning, and there's the haze of smoke, and the sky's all sort of like reddish tinted.
It's really bad. Yeah, I was walking to the gym and I was like legitimately out of breath. Like it was it was aggravating my asthma so much. Like I legitimately like could not walk and talk. Like I was like,
You probably have to wear the mask for now.
I do. I need to.
Yeah, to try to protect you when you're on. You're taking your walks out or whatever. Because
I know
a lot of people are not. I saw online that people were saying that they have like they're not breathing well. All the things.
No, I was
have
coughing,
asthma.
Yeah, it was so bad. I would do like my regular sets at my gym, and then like I would do 10 reps, and then I would literally have to sit there and like catch my breath for 5 minutes because I'm like, if I keep going, I'm gonna get an asthma attack. Like I need to like sit down.
Have you checked what the air quality is in your area? Like what it is on the index?
You can tell it's horrible. Like I was looking at the pictures and I'm like, people should not be outside. But of
Yeah, it
course,
looks
it's
really bad.
inevitable over there. People are still working. They didn't know that this was going to happen. This is just you got to put on the mask.
I guess
Look at what it's saying. Look at what it's saying. It's saying very unhealthy.
Oh my god, 250. Whoa.
Oh, that's really bad. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like dying. I couldn't do it.
Yeah,
it was worse today than yesterday too, and I think everyone was saying it was only gonna it was gonna get better, but it did not.
Map is purple and pink. That's the worst.
Lord.
That's like the 400 where it's just hazardous.
You're at 250. That you can't be outside, sis. You too mad?
We got no choice. The world,
that's
nothing's being canceled.
At least mask up, right? Or that's what you guys are.
My kids are outdoors all day at soccer camp. Nothing we could do about it. No one's canceling anything. No one's refunding anything. No one's.
Yeah, this came out.
We were at City Field last night because Gotham FC, the women's soccer team, was having a game in City Field. And like it looked like post-apocalyptic universe, like in the background of City Field. Like all you saw was like a smoky haze and this reddish tint. It was very bizarre, but no one's doing nothing about it.
I'm trying to find a screenshot I took back in 2020 during the wildfires that Portland was
getting.
Oh,
and everywhere was orange.
Yeah, it hit
orange over here too.
Right,
it was super hazy over here
during COVID.
Yeah, it was
during COVID.
Yeah.
Our air quality
right.
passed around. It was like 503, I think, or 507.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly. It
was
passed 500, and I remember I was like starting to panic, like because you could smell it inside the house too. Like it didn't even matter if you went outside. It was like suffocating.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's really crazy.
Just make sure
Or maybe
you
it was
guys are at
450. I
least
think I'm
trying
thinking
to-
503 because that's Portland's area code. I think it was like around 450, but it was really, I remember it was
That's
really
still
bad and I
high.
remember it was really horrible. Yeah. It was technically hazardous, which was really scary because it's like, well,
everywhere.
I mean,
and that was
I can't hold my fucking
that
breath.
that was a crazy time because that was like all over the nation. It was hazy. But again,
It was so bad. Yeah.
Mine's only 54.
But what's happening in Canada is so sad, and how it's like affecting all these other areas, neighboring areas is terrible because, like Matt was saying, there's nothing people could do because it was not something that was, at least it's unbeknownst to everybody. So they still have to go to work. They still have to do those things. So at least just try to mask up, because like I was saying, it's inevitable for you guys not to go outside and do your daily routines. So
Yeah. Damn, that's the highest I've ever heard.
What
Wow.
the hell?
That's the
Where-
highest I've
where are
ever
you?
heard. Wow. 433. High today of 577. Wow. You all be safe.
I would
If
get off
you
that
leave.
suffocate if I walked out of the house in that.
Yeah.
Oof.
Wear a
Purifiers, get
respirator if
the
you
air
leave.
purifiers, get the mask. Try to, yeah.
Luckily, it looks like it should end after tomorrow or start to peter out after tomorrow. I'm reading about it now.
It's just, I mean, sometimes I forget, David Lynch, great director, if you can believe it's Friday once again, guy. He had emphysema, but those wildfires that happened like right around led to his death. I'm like, you mean to tell me we could have still had David Lynch with us?
Wow.
It's just sad, like when you realize that so many people die because, especially in California, when you live, where there's wildfires and all that. It's just
in Duluth where? Duluth,
Oh my
Georgia?
God.
Duluth where? Because I know it ain't here.
it ain't.
How can you breathe?
Jesus.
Definitely not Georgia.
No, it's not. But Jesus.
I always get
1,000?
confused when multiple states have different like same town names.
And it'd be the weirdest town names. So that's
Yeah.
I'm like, no, but 1,000 is crazy.
256. That's great. You all please stay safe. If you leave, your house, please wear a
please.
respirator. Do not just like breathe it in. Try not to go outside. I know you can't avoid it because if you have a dog, you got to take your dog outside to go
You gotta
potty
go
and
to
stuff like
work.
that.
Some
You got to go to
people
work.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just try to do your best to not breathe that shit in because that is not good.
It's like even like for where I live, we suffer like the worst from Hurricane Helene when it was here like 2-ish years ago, and we have a 2017 Mitsubishi hatchback, so it's a low car. So when like if there's like a bad thunderstorm of rain, my mom are like, we are not working in this. We cannot drive in this. We can't see. It's not good for us for our clean supplies to be covered in all this rain and all that. So it's like we have that problem. But every once in a while we do get like, oh, the air quality's bad. But I live in an upstairs apartment.
Oh.
The sun sits all fucking day long. I like being cold, and with me being on medication, like I clean houses where it's like 8 degrees, and I'm like, why are you torturing me? What did I do so wrong to you? Okay, I'll clean your house. But like I get hot so easily. Like everyone's like, why do you have the AC on 68? I'm like because it's hot. It gets so hot, and we have room darkening shades, and we don't have any lights on. And again, the sun sits on top of our apartment all day long.
That's
and we're
tough.
people who like to have our windows open when it gets a little cooler outside. We don't have that luxury right now because of the whole with it being so hot and all that. So when people are like, "Oh my God, your house must feel like an ice cube," I'm like, "No, if I live downstairs, probably, but it gets up to like
heat rises when you live.
Yeah.
When I lived in the high rise before I got here, it was always hot. But I like to be warm. I'm from Florida, but heat does rise, so it will be warmer than it is on the bottom for sure.
Yeah, keep in mind for everybody. I brought this up a couple of weeks ago too because I just found this out lately. I don't know if like most people know, but if you're on SSRIs, apparently it's a lot more difficult for your body to regulate heat. I had no idea because I'd be out in the heat and I would start.
I was like,
You too? Yeah. I had no clue about this. I would get out in the heat and almost faint. My legs would become shaky. I had no idea. I'm like, man, what the fuck is wrong with me? Apparently, it's a very common side effect of SSRIs.
I literally was just reading about that. Like,
one of the best things about me being on like my Vyvanse and all that too is that I'm drinking more water, I'm drinking more Gatorade. I'm not depending on like caffeine a whole lot. So again, I always have my Gatorade, always have my water now, and it's just it just feels so much better and you feel cold. But there's also they're like these wet snapping scarves that you can get. They're like elastic, and you can wrap them around you, and they stay cool for an extended amount of time. I used to wear those when I was younger, when I would clean. But it gets to a point where some houses are like, if it gets too hot, or they'll be like, oh, Kristina and her mother are coming, we're gonna adjust the AC so it's cool for them. And I'm like, thank you. But like, I have customers who have the thermostat on 80. They have thick blankets, thick flannel sheets, multiple layers of blankets that they sleep in, and I'm like, I would die. I have satin sheets. I like because they're cooling. They feel nice. I have a thicker blanket. It's whatever, but it's just like you're not sweating. And people wonder why dust collects so easily. It's like I'm like, because your house is hot. You're not getting a whole lot of air filter. Whatever is going to be dusty very easily. And there's some houses that I clean that are weekly, and it's like that dust ain't that bad, but they still like to bitch and moan about something. But,
yeah. Oh, this person here is Wisconsin 600. That's crazy. Just be safe. So before we get to Super Chats, I don't want to forget, Kristina, you are more than welcome to stay for Super Chats or bounce at any time. But for the viewers who aren't going to stay, tell them where they can find you and how to follow you and whatnot, and all your shout outs or whatever.
Yeah, so I'm going to pop off because I want to stream. So you guys are welcome to raid me because we are going to be going to Normal Valley because I have my Twitch community. I've been going through what I call mycosis since the Michael movie dropped. And we've watched his content a lot. And one of the things they like watching is his short film Ghost, which is like, you look at the CGI.
Oh, I love Ghost.
Oh, it's so good. And he did like an Oski Drewski thing.
From the Wii game. I had the game, the Michael Jackson Experience.
Yep.
But I love the Ghost movie too.
Yeah, so you look at the CGI now and you're like, what the fuck happened to CGI? Because looking at in 4K looks so good today. So we're going to be watching that soon. You guys can find me over at twitch.tv/cosmopolitics, and you can find me also over on YouTube on this space where I host Kristina's Corner. I'm gonna be talking about, I talk politics, pop culture, what have you. Also, Movie Night Extravaganza. We're doing Blockbuster Month. We are gonna be heading to the back rooms on Saturday, so that should be interesting. And then we're gonna cover the Odyssey, and then Conan, my co-host, has never seen this indie film called Titanic. Heard a lot of good things. He's never seen it, so we're finally gonna cover it because I love that movie. I love Titanic. And then we're gonna be in August. We're doing the Nolan Batman movies to kind of tie into our Odyssey coverage. So yeah, I'm everywhere, and I was recently featured on a video about Hassan Piker fans. So I got to, which was pretty cool.
Very cool.
So I'm.
Well, thank you so much,
on Twitter
Kristina.
posting bangers at Cosmopolitics.
You do post bangers. Yeah. Thank you for stopping by, Kristina. Always a pleasure to have you. You have a wonderful day.
Bye, Kristina.
Yeah, it was great to have you on.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so do we want to do Rebecca first, or do we want to do Ariana first? I know you both like to go first. So I'll let you decide amongst yourselves.
I'm out of here, so go ahead. And Ariana be staying with y'all for a couple of minutes, and then but I'm out of here. Go ahead and throw mine up on the screen.
Okay. The first one I see is Asha, Not You Again. Is that the first one you see?
Is that for me? Let's see.
I could be wrong, so if not, then I can.
That is for me.
It is.
I
Okay.
You again. Okay. Hello. Hey, everybody. How is everyone doing? What are we talking? Oh God, no, not the bloated orange herpes spewing out. F this. I'm out. Good night, everyone. And I remember I saw that one earlier. I said, no, stay with us with the crazy. Don't leave us with crazy. Thank you for your super chat. This one, Brandon said, watch some of Olay's Platinum video, which is really good, by the way. I saw you on there with Lance. Do you have any critique?
thanks.
And I don't know if they're talking to me or you, but they said video
okay.
with you. I wasn't on there, so I think they're talking to you. Again, it was a really good video. I loved it. Good production. Do you have any critique of Olay and her co-host criticizing DSA when they had no hand in Platinum?
Are you referring to Too Raw, Too Real? Because he was another guy featured.
That was the co-host. That wasn't the co-host. That was also another guest. The same way, just to be clear, Lance and Mike were.
Yeah, we were on at separate times. I think because Olay knows that we don't vibe with each other. I've been blocked by Too Raw, Too Real. Yeah.
That's a badge of honor, I fear. That's a badge of honor.
Yeah, I don't like Too Raw, Too
That
Real.
man has said so many problematic things about Middle Eastern people. Like, it's a badge of honor. Absolutely not.
Yeah, yeah, he's a demon. So I don't
like
approve of anything he says.
Not even as like a joke. Not even as like a joke. Like, actually, though.
Like an actual manifestation of a demon. Yeah.
Yes.
No, I hate that guy. So
everybody,
are you referring to? So I think that the friction was that I don't know what Olay said about DSA. I know that she brought up DSA. Now, let's keep in mind, this person said watch
some of Olay's.
Oh, okay. Because I know that she mentioned that like the main DSA had recommended that you vote for Plattner, but they didn't endorse him. And I think people are mad because that's not the same as an endorsement, because if they endorse, then that means they also kind of put their organizational muscle behind it. So she made a post in the, I think she pinned it, clarifying that it was more of a recommendation. So in case you didn't see what she said in video or you took issue with it, she did address it in the video. So just read her pinned comment, because she points out that they had made a recommendation. So still doesn't necessarily apply to like the national DSA. It's just the local DSA said to go ahead and vote for him. But I think that don't get too like caught up on that. I think the overall points in the video was super important, particularly from Olay, because her perspective in it is really, really valid. Olay is always very good at breaking these things down and making them really digestible, because it was a huge topic. And so just try not to like get bogged down by that. Just like try to take away the overall message, because what she said, I think, was really important. Like the overall point she made was very, very key here. So just try to keep that in mind.
I agree.
100%. Go ahead.
And also, I just want to like add something really quick. When you watch a video, you don't have to agree 100% with everything. Like, for example, I have a lot of problems with the way Too Raw, Too Real talks about the Middle Eastern people and the Middle Eastern community, period. And I always will. But it's like that video in its totality, I still liked it, and I still listened to the whole thing, and it still resonated in many ways. So just don't take like what you can watch something and take some things and leave something. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, that's exactly how some people should be able to do it. The problem that I have with this is the same way that they watched the Leftist Mafia. Now, I wasn't on that episode. What was that, last week's episode? And they immediately went with that clip. And again, there are different personalities who cover the parts of the news world, the political world differently. And we are not all going to agree on things. We have argued or, disagreed on this platform itself. But the way that people are so invested, which it looks like too, a lot of people, and this, I'm not talking about you, Brendan, because I don't know where you stand, but you said you watched some of it. Maybe you were turned off at it at some point, but if you watched all of it, there may have been some parts that you could have picked up by either Mike or by Lance, if it wasn't from Too Raw, Too Real, or by Olay. Olay did a great job in moderating, in asking the questions and also providing, if it didn't come from her, she had video evidence backing what it was. So if people were mad at it, she had a video that showed, hey, this is where it came from. She had stats, she had, the information to support it. So at the same time, it's like, you guys are focusing on the criticizing of the DSA when this was such a bigger thing to me. Like there were red flags everywhere. And I think that's where it comes into how we are not vetting people just to come into leadership for the left. And I think that's where I think a lot of people, especially with last week when I saw the commentary, it was so much. I think people were just like hit dogs hollering. I'm like, if it wasn't you, then y'all don't gotta be mad in this case. But a lot of people were upset because they felt like they were being called out because either they supported or didn't support. However, they were taking last week's episode. Again, I wasn't here, but chill, y'all. The person wasn't no good. That's the big, message here. Platinum wasn't good. And it took this for it to just, bring it to light that we got to do a better job in just picking people if we're going to support them. I understand that having somebody there rather than somebody bad is where everybody wants to be with it. But to me, a swastika is just right. That to me is the red flag. But it wasn't the hill that people wanted to die on, right?
Well, it wasn't a swastika though. I mean, not to get involved in this again, but it wasn't.
What was it? What was it?
It was a Totenkopf. It was a skull and bones. It wasn't a swastika. Swastika would have been unavoidable without a doubt. You can't claim you didn't know what it was. I'm not gonna get involved in this conversation again, though.
No, that was another part of the issue where it wasn't like swastika, right? It was something that could have been maybe, so that was another part of the whole conversation.
It's the details for me, because even the other details that I saw, again, seeing this story.
I don't know what to tell people. People want to listen. I see people in the chat saying big fucking deal. I mean, it is a big fucking deal. I'm so tired of people, not you guys, but like people in the chat jumping to hyperbole, saying this is the same thing as that. Everything is not black and white. I'm sorry to say. Like, there are things you need to understand. And I know Ariana's laughing. I don't know what else to tell you.
I'm sorry.
I literally study this sort of shit, white supremacy, neo-Nazi groups. It's been my beat for over a decade. I'm telling you, these things matter. And if you don't care about the facts, then whatever. You don't have to care about the facts. Like, I don't want to get involved in this conversation because I just don't give a shit. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. I'm not going to go through this all over again. People continue to take my words out of the context. People continue to claim that I was supportive of him when I wasn't. You're not going to find a single video or post about me telling people to vote for him or that I liked the guy. I was just trying to literally discuss factual information, but people want to jump to this sort of stuff. So I'm just, I heard you say something incorrect and I wanted to correct it. That's all.
No, absolutely. Because for me, it wasn't the key thing. The other information, again, when it came to Platinum from the beginning, I didn't want to follow that whole thing because I knew it was going to go to shit. I was like, this is the most terrible decision that you guys are going with by you guys talking about the left. That was that. And as this began to unravel, it wasn't only that it was allegedly the swastika or whatever. It was the information of his background, where he came from. Those were problematic details, right? From what I read. Now, again, I will agree with you on this one. Facts do 100% matter. I agree with you. The facts do matter. But this person was definitely problematic for me for all the details behind it, whether it was a swastika or not. Even when the people who were saying that we didn't vet him good enough, and then when we got to get his, going about his background, it was problematic, and we should have caught that. These are the information that people should go with. But dogpiling on you for bringing the facts, I don't think should be it. You're not saying that the person was the best. You're not saying that the person was qualified.
I mean, for me personally, people had an issue with me saying like, there was, in my opinion, there was nothing that said this guy was going to come out and be a rapist. You can say there were red flags that said he wasn't going to be a good candidate, that he could have been a secret right winger, that he had some other baggage. I completely see that. But in terms of him being a literal rapist, I mean, then you're telling me that all your favorite creators who warned you about the signs but then said to vote for him anyway, you're basically saying they were fine with saying vote for a rapist. If they saw the signs that this guy was going to come out and be a rapist, then you're telling me that they also said, but you got to, hold your nose and vote for the lesser of evil. And that lesser of evil is a literal rapist. I would not have said that if I thought this guy was a rapist to begin with. I mean,
that's a crazy
yeah, I don't think that's what people are implying.
What the fuck?
I'm just trying to say, like,
I don't want to rehash it, but I just people were saying that, like, they shouldn't be like, my main point was that nobody really should have been surprised by it given his violent history, because rape is violence, so I'm not surprised to see him do more violence, basically. But I think that, you know, it was a very good constructive conversation that the left had, and now I think we need to bury him metaphorically and just move on and
do better.
Never mention him again.
Yeah,
just try to learn. Yeah,
I
that's
have
the
no
best thing to do,
interest in
try to
this guy
learn.
anymore. He's gone. He's done. He's out.
And I think this was a lesson. I hope that was, you know, learned moving forward for how we just be riding for the next person and don't even really know them, or know them and try to bury and try to act like those details don't matter as far as representation. You know, somebody's historical background doesn't matter. But anywho, great video. If you guys haven't watched it, head over to Olay's channel now and make sure y'all check it out, because it's actually really good. If you can find points in there, and I think it was raw. It's one, again, just as it was on the Leftist Mafia last week. None of this stuff was planned. You're getting it in real time. Same thing while it, you know, you guys were having that conversation. I remember talking to her before she started filming with you two, and it's just, y'all were having that conversation and she let it rip. See, and I think it was good. So make sure you guys check it out.
Yeah, we're all just trying to learn and grow and then and move on, most importantly, because like I'm sick of this fucking
we all
guy.
don't have to agree, but we can agree that this person won shit. Okay, we can agree that this wasn't a good fit. We can agree that we could have did a better job in how we were platforming this person and things of that sort. Yes, we can definitely agree on that. I hope so.
100%.
Okay, so thank you for that, Brandon. Prairie, thank you so much for the super chat. Conservatives will not rest until their perceived injustice of desegregation is overturned and made national. They will fail. They will fail. I love you, Prairie.
Your
Where you
lips
been
to
at?
God's
I haven't seen you in a minute.
ears.
I know, right? I pray and I hope. The Bay photo. I finally got it right because I always want to pronounce that with a Creole accent. I hate an accent. Putting Trump in charge of elections is like putting an arsonist in charge of the fire department. I'm so exhausted of this orange goofy ass BS. 100%. We already burning down. Literally, figuratively, all the things is happening right now. It's terrible. All we can do is just hope for the best. I remember when it was like, let's mobilize. Remember those days when it was so easy? Let's get out. Let's mobilize. Boots on the ground. We're going to protest right now. Tomorrow, we're not going to. Remember when it was so easy to do that? It's not the same.
It doesn't do anything. I mean, I'm not saying you shouldn't protest, but
I'm not saying that you shouldn't, because back in the day, even before us, that's when it was really, I mean, they was doing something, okay? Wasn't no schools, wasn't nothing. Businesses were closed down. It was affecting, it was stopping things. And then I remember, 2016, we used to be like, we're going to mobilize. We're going to go door to door. We're going to go do this, all that. Remember, it was such a time, right? And we are tired. They want bounty houses at the protest. The white people, they're mad because they kids ain't got the bounty houses. And, it's not, people are going there for photo opportunities to say that they were there. They organized it. It doesn't have that effect anymore. I wish we can get back to that, but I think the people are tired also. I think we're tired because, I don't know what else. I think that there has to be another approach. Somebody said, why don't we just collectively all just go and jump them? Like, like there's somebody said that. If we all just go and jump them, would that make a difference? I don't know if it will, but yeah. Like,
here's what I will say to add to you, because I agree 1,000% with you. And Ariana made this point a while back as well about the No Kings protest. I will say, I think that if you can go to a No Kings protest or something like that, it's important because you do make connections. It's kind of like your door into local organizing. But if there's no real demand with it, if there's no threat and follow through, unfortunately, we're in an environment where it's not really going to make a difference. You want to know how to make a difference? Minnesota was showing you when they did work stoppages, some type of general strike to economically harm the oppressors is the way to go forward. Because if you just protest, they don't give a fuck about you. If it made a difference, they would fucking ban it. So, and again, I don't want to poop it. Like, if you're getting active in any way, shape, or form, that's important. But like, it's not making a difference in this environment. You have to have an economic repercussion for whatever is happening. Otherwise,
hit 'em where
it's just not gonna
economically.
Precisely.
Ooh, but it's tough because, like I was saying, I said, a couple of episodes ago, it's really tough for people to make those decisions because it's like, girl, that's my job. I gotta go to work, or like that's the rent. That is, it's hard. They made it so hard for us to choose. Back in the day, it was like everybody is going out at 5 p.m. on this day. We ain't going to work for 7 days. We're not going to shower. We're not going home. Ain't no phones. Ain't this. Ain't that. We are literally going to be outside using our bodies as barricades and no sleep, and who knows if we're going to be jailed. Now they've made it so that you really have to fear it because you may come home never getting a job again. You may be blacklisted for this, that. It's just, they made it where people are really petrified on protesting or rebelling in any way. Remember our word? It used to be resist. What a time. We was rocking around telling folks to resist.
And then that was like co-opted by the Democratic establishment. And then they
they co-opted everything.
They did like nothing to resist Donald Trump. Pelosi tore up a piece of paper at a State of the Union address.
They kneeled in dashikis.
Right, yeah.
When she literally, it got crazy. That was a time when we were covering the news, and it was like, we were always like, resist. Your voice is power. It was just, we were really,
Bless our hearts, right? We thought we were doing something.
We really did. What a time. Not to say, we're still here, which means that we think that something needs to be done. But Jesus, our hearts were so pure, and we really wanted to do something. And we done, either we working at the news or you were doing your videos, whatever it looked like. But what a time. Resist.
Yeah. Oh, this is the perfect
Nobody
comment.
says it anymore.
Democrats were resisting resistance. That's exactly right. Yeah. That's exactly right. Thanks for sending that. The next one is Looney Tunes. I know you brought this up already, Rebecca, but I don't know what the lazy bum pledge is, unfortunately. So,
but they came here, and I feel like they came abruptly, and then they then in the comment section they were like, "Okay, bye. I'm gonna go back to Ari's channel to moderate." But I know Looney Tunes, so I'm really not sure what that was. What that was about.
I'll look it up though. You have me curious, Looney Tunes for sure. And especially curious because you assume that I should know what this is, which sounds like it's an insult to me maybe, but I'm not going to take it that way. I'm just kidding.
I want to know.
It's just, I don't know.
I want to know.
I'm curious for sure.
And then they sent me to give the message.
Okay.
Like what? Okay. Thank you, Looney Tunes. Jabble DJ, hey, thank you for the super chat. Always great to see you on the show. Thank you, Becca. When can we see another Like It or Not? Like It or Not, we're gonna come back this weekend. That's the plan. I've been working, so my schedule has been a little different, but we've been working on probably giving it back to you guys, but probably gonna be coming back on a Sunday since I do work the weekends now. So just be on the lookout for that. I've been talking to Ben and Bubba, so we're trying to figure out my scheduling, which is really the issue to get back with y'all. So, but we're coming back. It's gonna be this weekend. I'll figure out a time, and then you guys will know. And thank you for looking out and missing the show. I appreciate it. Prairie again, thank you so much for the super chat. The smoke is restricting so much sunlight, it will likely cut crop fields by 5% in affected areas. I hope not your area. Sunsets are beautiful, but it's floating death. I hate that. I really do. I hope it doesn't affect your area too bad or at all, Prairie. I know that you are a farmer. Thank you for your super chat. And then the last but not least, VMan29397. Thank you so much for your super chat. Americans don't know how to protest. Take a lesson from the summer of 2019 in Puerto Rico, where a third of the island stood up and forced out the corrupt governor, Ricardo Rossello, after his chats leaked.
I remember that.
We've had all these things, but again, they've instilled fear into us, and also we are almost like we're tired, so it's kind of like
and complacent.
It's complacent, desensitized. I'm not gonna lie to a couple of things. It sucks that this is what it's become. I feel like we do if we knew that we can all if I said right now, let's all meet up at the corner of the street at this particular time and stay there for 3 days, 4 nights, so that we can make our voices heard. It would seem easy, right? 10 years ago, we probably would have said, I'm doing it. We're going to do this. We need some change. But right now, because they've instilled fear into so many different people in so many different groups and so many walks of life, back in the day, immigrants would have been like, I'm on the streets, but they're afraid that ICE is going to be out there now at these protests, so they don't even show up.
Yeah.
You know, so you've seen what happened in Ohio. Where they've been living thinking that they were keeping their heads down. They didn't move to Boston. They didn't move to Miami. They didn't move to New York. They moved to Ohio. And when Donald Trump and Vice President Vance, you know, went over there and said that they were eating the cats and dogs, then people quietly moved to a whole nother state because they didn't want to be bothered.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, you know, it's this fear that they're instilling into people. I think that's, you know, different. But shout out to Puerto Rico. I hope that we figure out a way where we can tap back into that fearlessness again to make some kind of a change or to feel that again. That's, I think also too, we're so tired because while we know that we have to keep fighting and we're fighting in the way that we know how right now, it's just we've seen so many times where we've tried to fight and it's like it became a fail to us. And so it's like there's like, you know, I don't know. It's a lot that goes into it mentally. But all right, y'all. I love you guys and mean it. You know,
so nice seeing you again, Rebecca. Always
Thursday.
happy to see you
this week, Rebecca. Yeah,
I know. I'll see you guys next Thursday. Bye, y'all.
You take care. Okay, Matt or Ariana? I know I don't like when it does that. It zooms like right in on our faces. You can see our photos. It's disrespectful.
It's so disrespectful. Chat, I love you so much. If you say anything about Plattner, I will read it in my mind and keep it pushing because I
I know. I feel the same way.
It's the leftist mafia sore spot. So we're just gonna.
I see someone saying shit, and I gotta say something. I won't do it though anymore this episode.
No, I think you should 100% defend yourself. And listen, the way Kowalski was texting me, he loves to text me during the streams. But he was telling me how much I was unaware of how much shit you were getting from people this past week, and he was making me aware of that. And
it's fine. I don't care. Like, I mean, it's not that
you don't deserve to get shit, Matt.
I know you don't care, but I think one of my issues with this conversation in general is that I think in the leftist space we don't allow conversations and evolution to take place within conversations and political takes, and that's like kind of one of the problems I have with our space is that it's very rigid and it's like a lot of purity testing. And it's like, you have to be right 100% of the time or else you're a bad person. But it's like, no, you can be a good person with good intentions and just sometimes it just doesn't go the way that you want it to. And that's okay. Right. It's a conversation of intention versus impact. Like the intention is good. The impact is bad, rather than I am a bad person and my goal is to be a malice person. And I just sometimes I think that is left out of leftist spaces, and I'm viscerally not okay with that. So,
yeah, absolutely. You know? I mean, that's sort of I guess the argument I was making last week about how we shouldn't be, demanding people grovel and apologize for doing what they thought was the right thing. Like the shit that like Emma Vigeland was getting and things like that. And of course, people then go ahead and say, "Oh, he's on the Majority Report payroll, so he's got to defend them." I don't got to defend them for shit. Sam Sear
you've disagreed with them a lot before and criticized them too.
Sam Sear doesn't care if I fucking talk shit about them all. I can talk shit all I want.
Yeah,
I legitimately think that people who, and you saw the same thing with Mamdani when they asked him if he's going to keep working with what's his face, the guy from the Fight Agency, who literally
Morris
was the
Katz.
reason. Morris Katz and Mamdani said yes, he's going to continue working with Morris Katz as his political consultant. Listen, if you're in this space and you wanna do good things and you want to actually do things, not just sit online and put that you're a leftist and anti-imperialist in your bio, but not actually do anything about it, then you could just sit on your high horse and say shit. But you got to actually go out and take big swings if you want to make change. And sometimes those big swings are a miss. And I think people who are actually, doing the stuff get that.
Yeah, part of the problem too is that it's hard to like have disagreements as friends when we're doing it publicly, right? Because then that leads to people trying to dogpile and you see like a little bit of tribalism where it's like, oh, okay, this person is wrong, fuck this person. And yeah, it sucks because like we want to have a conversation and have it be constructive, but it's done online, so then it ends up getting clipped and people end up getting so much unnecessary hate, and it's tough. It needs to be constructive, and we need to be able to have these conversations, but we also need to like not make it a blood sport and try to like kill people that aren't on the same exact side as us, because like it is something that's important, but it's not everything. And so, yeah, I agree with what
I
both
agree.
of
I
you
agree
are
that
saying.
I agree that people who were wrong about this should take accountability and like look at what they missed and who they didn't listen to, and who they swept aside or whatever, or whatever their blind spot was. I agree with that. I'm all for accountability in media, but the demand for like the groveling apologies and to flagellate themselves in front of you guys, like, I'm not saying you guys, I mean, like, who are you to be demanding that for the people who are demanding that? Like, who are you? Like, nobody. Like, give me a break.
Yeah, I think that's just too extreme. Like, yeah.
No, it is. And I keep saying we're not gonna go back to this, but like my last point.
Well, we're not talking about him now anymore. He could go fuck himself.
Yeah, we're talking about the discourse.
I just think my final point with this is that like I want you guys, I think it's all a little like easy for you guys to forget this too, but we are leftist commentators under Trump's presidency. Like, our jobs are not easy, you know what I mean? And like, I don't want to give myself flowers or anyone here flowers, but like, I can tell you right now, I have an escape plan ready. I have a go bag ready. Like, I don't know, maybe that's a little extreme, but it's like, our jobs are incredibly stressful. Our jobs are incredibly demanding. We don't get paid as much as we honestly should, or as much as people on the right do. And it's just like, I think a little bit of grace goes a very long way. And I just think sometimes people tend to forget that,
Like, I expect this from like, right wingers and centrists, but then for like people who listen or say they listen to the shows that we do to be this way, sometimes it's bizarre. Like, some of the things I was seeing, like, I must be the reason why Ole left the show. Like, such random dumb things people were saying. People saying like, I must not watch black YouTubers because of my FD signifier comment. My point was just that you're asking regular ordinary people to watch specific YouTubers channels. Like, if you know someone and you're like, oh, you should watch this video, they make good points, that's one thing, that's completely fine to do. But to be like, how could you not know about this YouTuber covered it? What are you talking about? Even the biggest political YouTuber is a small fish in the pond. Like, that's the point I was making. It wasn't to demean anyone. FD signifier is way bigger than me. I'm a nobody compared to even someone 10 times smaller than FD signifier. It's so bizarre. Like, the whole reaction was so bizarre, and it wasn't so much what people were saying. It was like they were just maliciously taking everything I said out of context. It was just like, what's the point of even talking if no one's going to even criticize what I'm actually saying? Like, I was waiting to read criticism of my actual words so I could actually learn learn from it. I mean, Ariana was great. I was really listening to what she was saying last week, and that to me was a great sort of conversation. But I was reading some of the comments, which I usually don't do. So there I was already trying to learn, and so much of it was like, but I didn't even say that. How am I supposed to interact with that? So that's sort of why it went that way when I got like it was just so bizarre to me. It was
you
so
just got
bizarre.
such an inordinate amount of shit when you were not even one of the people boosting
I never supported him. My whole point was we should offer grace to people who we trust and have good intention, who got it wrong because they thought this was the right thing to do. I mean, that's all I was saying. That was my complete argument.
Yeah, no, you didn't deserve like the bullshit that you got. It makes me sad that this is what happens.
I'm apparently a racist, a rape apologist, and a number of other things. Also, the reason Ole left the show, which is news to me.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I didn't get as much hate like post Platner, like getting exposed. Before that, I was called a Zionist and a bunch of shit too. So it just, the dynamic kind of flipped, I guess,
Yeah,
where like
same.
everybody is getting shit. It's just like now it's shifted. So it just, nobody's coming out of this clean. I just hope that it's like we all move on, and it's like we all just try to learn from it. That's the best we could take from it. We're all going to fuck up at some point again. As long as we learn from it, I think that's the best that we can do, right? No, again, we'll make mistakes regardless if we do learn from this, but it's just a matter of like, as a collective, like the whole leftist community, we just try to learn from our mistakes. And that's really all that, you can hope for. We don't have to rip off each other's, heads and shit down our each other's throats. We could just be like, you know what? We disagree on this, and that's okay. We come from different perspectives on it, but it doesn't mean that you're
hold on. Someone took me out of context again. I want to make this clear. Ole never said, as far as I know, that I'm the reason she left the show. Someone speculated that my comments last week show a person who would have the opinions that would cause Ole to leave the show, because apparently the show led by me didn't do enough to make her feel comfortable on the show. We already went through why she left. There was she didn't like live streaming because people are horrible in live streams.
People are really fucked up, especially
that
women.
was the main that was the main issue. That was the main issue. And we talked and discussed about ways we can, we told people to stop saying things and stop saying things to her and about her, and they were being rude at the very least. And we called that behavior out. But at the end of the day, this is a live stream, and unfortunately, people jump on to say horrible, terrible things, and we just couldn't. We discussed ways we could do this. There was a discussion at one point that maybe we would even stop doing live streams and just pre-recorded this, and we ended up saying that wouldn't really be Leftist Mafia, because like Mike and David already do pre-recorded. The whole point of this specific Thursday night show is that we do a live stream and interact with you guys, and the live stream element is an important part. I mean, you remember that conversation, right, Mike? I feel like I want to make sure it's not just me saying this.
It's there was a number of reasons why Ole decided to leave, but there's very clearly no bad blood.
Bigger than this, she went off to this thing bigger than this. She wasn't gonna listen. I'm not saying this to be. I'm saying this because it's obvious. Like her channel, she went off and created channels that are way bigger than this, so she wouldn't have wanted to do this. She jumps in every now and then, which to say hello, and she's been a guest on the show, which I assume she wouldn't be doing if she did not like any of us. But I mean, that's for people who need to know the inside baseball. So it's not me who caused it. That's what ended up happening. It's that simple.
Well,
I'm very sorry. I said I was gonna be quick, but
no, it's me. It's always me, because I love talking. I can't help myself.
No, you're fine.
Matt needed to like vent because he got, I think, the lion's share of
off of your I would too. Like
he got the lion's share of like the clips, or at least one clip that was like,
I genuinely wasn't aware. Like Kowalski was texting me. He was like, "You don't understand. Like Matt got so much shit," and I was like, "Oh, like I didn't know." But also, I've been following Iran news a lot more than like commentary, so I just wasn't in the know in that specific ether of the internet.
It's hard for us to process that kind of reaction because usually nobody watches this. So if we get clipped, then that's like a really significant thing. We usually we could say,
it was because of you, because you were like debating about partner, and we all knew we were debating.
I was just being tongue in cheek, though.
The simplest thing for me to do, if I didn't want to do this stuff, the simplest thing for me to do would just be shut up. But obviously, I don't care. The only thing that really bothered me was that how people just taking my words out of not even context, just inventing things I was saying. It was so bizarre to me, but that's what it was. So that's why I guess I had to vent a little bit this episode.
I know. No, that's tough. When somebody is attributing a position to you that you don't have, that is the most frustrating thing ever. I understand, Matt. That's like my number one pet peeve too. So
I would please criticize me, call me a stupid, a dumbass, whatever you want to call me, as long as you are referencing things I actually said.
Yeah, I feel like that's That's a fair expectation. Most of our audience, I feel like, is good. It's just like when we breach our little bubble, then people will, on Twitter will be a little bit mean. Don't be meanie heads, okay? Be nice to us. We're just a small little bean.
I'm gonna go through my super chats super quick.
Okay, tell me your first one.
If it's about Platinum Chat, I love you so much, but like, please, please, I'm begging.
I'm
gonna read them if I get them. I won't react.
My lips are sealed. Until
you got it out. You got it out. We're good.
He's our new Illuminati going forward. We don't mention him unless it's in passing.
Native leftist mafia.
Yeah.
Lizzie Bennett is the first one.
Lizzie Bennett. I think I just passed that one. Let me see here. Lizzie.
$5. Loads of BS. It was canvassers. It was the Dems. It was Venezuela. It was Hugo Chavez's ghost. Blah blah blah. He had 2 years to prove this in court. Here's the thing. While you guys were watching that speech, I was reading through Iran updates because y'all don't understand how much shit escalated tonight. I think we're going back into that war. Like, America has been bombing the shit out of the south of Iran, which is the cities, the coastal cities right by the Strait of Hormuz. And so he's been bombing them. He just bombed their power plants, so they're out of electricity. Just to give you reference, it's 60 degrees Celsius in Iran right now in those areas. It's incredibly fucking hot. They're going through an intense heat wave. So AC, none of the electricity is working. They bombed 3 bridges in a very coastal city right by the Strait of Hormuz. And those 3 bridges are incredibly crucial to getting petroleum into Shiraz and Tehran, which are the 2 biggest metropolitan cities in Iran. So they're not bombing civilian structures per se, but they're bombing integral infrastructure for survival, like the 3 bridges that they completely destroyed, the power plants with energy. They bombed my hometown again. They blasted the shit out of it. So then today, when the carpet bombing got really, really, really fucking bad to the point where they hit the bridges and stuff, Iran hit Bahrain, but like Bahrain doesn't ever get hit, and they hit Bahrain hard. Like they were blasting the shit out of Bahrain. So I don't really know. I ended up coming back on here, so I don't really know what happened, but yeah, the crossfire, so far it's been like a little here, a little there, but like this type of intense crossfire hasn't happened since the quote ceasefire. So I don't really know where that puts us at. So that's what I was following. But while all of that shit was happening, he was on stream talking about China stealing the election. Like, I'm so fucking over it. That's why I wasn't even saying anything, because I was like, I literally have no useful commentary right now. I was just so irritated. So yeah, I just don't really know what it's gonna look like, I think America's goal is to make civilian life for Iranian people incredibly hard. Yesterday they bombed so close to a pediatric cancer hospital that they had to evacuate 211 pediatric cancer patients, like children that have cancer. The whole hospital like shook and the windows broke. And these are kids that have cancer, like kids that are super sick, terminally ill. Like they need quiet, they need peace. They can't be living close enough to bombs where like the building's shaking and the glass is breaking and shit like that. So I don't know. It's not looking good. But anyway, sorry. That was my rant.
No, thanks for sharing that update.
No, you're good. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Lizzie Bennett, thank you so much for the $10. Trump's ex-campaign manager is running an Israeli influence operation targeting the MAGA base. What the fuck? He's talking about corruption. By the way, traveling's fun. Honestly, I was so perplexed that you guys said you don't even have your passports and you don't travel, because like as an Iranian, the Iranian passport is the top 10 most worthless passport in the whole entire world. So you can't really leave Iran. There's only a couple of countries that'll let you in, like Turkey, and I think Indonesia is another one. But as an American, that passport is so much privilege. So whenever I hear Americans not having passports, I get very perplexed by it, because it's like people would kill for that kind of access for a passport that could just get you anywhere. So it's funny.
I didn't get my passport until a couple years ago, believe it or not. It's crazy.
Yeah. We need to get your ass on a plane. You need to get some prescription Xanax and go on a plane, Mike. Like,
I could do it with some prescription Xannies, but I need to I have a lot of other issues to work out too, but plane, yes. I'm just being real. If you have like, those lists at the doctor's office, that's like, name all your health issues. If you give me the mental health one, it's like, check. I got all of them. So
no, I get it.
Maybe minus 2 or 3. So I'll get there one day. But
I get it. Well, I'm here as your moral support when you do get there.
Thank you.
Of course. Looney Tunes, thank you so much for the $5. Hoping this goes through with my asshole internet being stupid for 4 hours. Oh my God, thank you so much. Anyways, fun fact, Kristina loves her little jokes that come up for her. I love that. Honestly, I really liked having Kristina on. I hadn't seen her in forever, but
yeah, she's always fun.
Yeah, but I think I was just like out of it when I came on. I just wasn't really engaging. I was just kind of like, I was just like,
it's hard to be chipper after reading about like death and destruction of
of my homeland
and their power supply. Yeah, it's really hard to recover from that and just like go on.
You guys were talking about voter fraud, and I was just like, I was like, oh my God.
No, I know it's tough.
At the same time. Kowalski, thank you so much for the $5. I appreciate it. These midterms could be historic with how unpopular MAGA is, and that will be evidence of fraud, removing 2% of the vote. I agree, honestly.
Yep.
I agree. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Usually the pendulum always swings, so I'm hoping the pendulum swings left. And I really think Ro Khanna is going to run for presidency. I have a feeling he's setting himself up for it right now.
Oh, yeah.
And especially with the whole West Bank stint that happened. Did you guys see that?
I did see that, yeah.
Wait, what happened?
He went to the West Bank.
Oh, right. Yeah. I thought you were referencing something more specific.
No. He uploaded a beautifully worded TikTok about it. Like, not like it was like narrated with video of what happened and everything. I was like, damn, this guy's he's about to run.
There's also, by the way, not to shit on Ro Khanna, because I really appreciate what he's doing. He's learning and he's listening, but there's a really great interview where journalist Jeremy Scahill challenges him on this double standard that he has when it comes to Palestinian self-defense and Israeli self-defense. I would highly encourage you to watch that, because it really highlights how even the best politicians on this particular issue, the bar is low, but even the best are still missing the mark. So I think that it's important.
He looked bad in that conversation a lot. I know what you're talking about, Mike. He looked really bad.
He looked very bad in that, and I hope that he is able to learn from that and grow, because that needs to be addressed. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ariana.
No, I agree it needs to be addressed. I don't agree with how he handled that interview or how he responded, because his hypocrisy was really showing. At the same time, though, he genuinely did do something that no other congressman has been willing to do up to this point.
Right.
So although I agree with the hypocrisy, although I agree with holding him accountable, because that is what a journalist's job is, I really do urge people to understand that, like, resistance and change doesn't happen overnight. Ro Khanna made a beautiful tweet, and I'm going to read it because I think it really exemplifies our journey when it comes to the recognition of Palestinians in Palestine. Ro Khanna said, today, over 100 Democrats voted for the Massey Amendment to zero aid to Israel. My brother, Representative Bowman, Jamal Bowman, and Cori Bush lost their seats for this stance 2 years ago. As a colleague told me, Black martyrdom is normalized in America. Today, I want to recognize their courage. So
that's great. Yeah.
I just want you guys to understand, like, 2 years ago, Cori Bush and Jamal Bowman lost their seats for something that 100 Congress people voted for today. And it's like these types of resistance movements, that the change that we want the Boston Tea Party didn't happen overnight. Nothing in history that we have gained and we have won has happened overnight. And although I fully am happy that they did hold him accountable, I just want us to also remember that these things take time. And it's just like, and I do still want to give Ro Khanna his flowers for going to the West Bank and genuinely
absolutely
genuinely
Yeah.
doing that, Mike, because it like that's something no one else has done.
Well
It
said.
was just, I think the thing that struck bizarre for people was he had just gone to the West Bank, yet his position was that Palestinians can't. His position was Palestine, and it was specifically military bases or soldiers, that Palestinians couldn't defend themselves physically or violently against the IDF. But the IDF can drop bombs to protect themselves from, Hamas or something like that.
Yeah,
it was just a bizarre sort of, why is violence okay for one side but not okay for the other? Specifically after you just came back and experienced a form of the violence that the side you say is allowed to be violent, put out on you. But I also agree with you, Ariana. Again, that's why I was saying before, things aren't so black and white a lot of times. This is a perfect example of someone who's doing the right thing, but still has these areas where he's got to grow more. And hopefully he does. I think he could.
I think that interview is good too, because it really speaks to a very specific kind of Western bias that I think a lot of people, especially people who are newer to this issue, have, where they just kind of instinctively think that any and all Palestinian violence is inherently bad because that's kind of what we're conditioned to think. We're propagandized, and unless you actually try to unpack why you had that belief in the first place, it's just going to set as the default in your head until you dismantle that and why, and really try to figure out why you were comfortable with Israeli violence but not Palestinian violence.
Right.
So I think that if you're really new to this issue, watch that, because it will help you challenge your preconceived notions about resistance, armed resistance, and whatnot. And it might cause cognitive dissonance that I think is really important, because sometimes, you're going to hear facts that are going to make you feel really uncomfortable, but that's how you grow and you get closer to the truth. So it's a really great interview for that. Not just because, it was important to challenge Ro Khanna, but because I think it's going to lead to a lot of other Americans really questioning their beliefs and why just being, the more powerful entity gives you a monopoly on violence. Just really well done by Jeremy Scahill.
Yeah, I totally agree. Okay, going on, because we have a lot to go through.
I know. Sorry, I'm filibustering too.
No, you're fine.
Wait, how do we have more? The last time I checked the super chat, there were 20 less super chats. What is it going on?
It's going up. Yeah,
they're growing. How?
Yeah, thank you so much for the $5. Puerto Rico has a state of emergency. Yes. Okay, it's facing drought of 14%. Yes. Severe drought 59%, moderate drought. Okay, I want to talk about this really quick. Sorry, I said I was going to go through. This is a huge problem in Caribbean islands, not just in Puerto Rico. What'll happen is these resorts, the Marriott resorts, will take up all of the water and give all the tourists the water, and then the locals will not have water. I literally had a friend that just came back from Puerto Rico. The locals were not washing their hands. They couldn't eat certain foods. They literally were in a water shortage fully. They did not have access to water to shower and stuff like that. It's a huge problem. And I think tourism and these resorts taking up resources that locals should have is a huge issue. I think a lot of people don't know this about Caribbean islands and how they struggle in this very specific kind of way. That's always linked back to colonialism, but I did want to talk about that real quick.
No, that's a good thing to bring up.
Yeah, V-Man, thank you so much for the $10. This is coupled with the failure of the water system, which instead of taking account for the party's inability to maintain the water system, the MAGA government Governor Jennifer Gonzalez says it was sabotage. Yeah, I mean, it's just so deeply rooted, and it's not just Puerto Rico that goes through this. Jamaica has issues with this as well. Other places like Haiti, it's just a Caribbean problem, and it always links back to colonialism and taking up resources. Kowalski, thank you so much for the $5. It's nice to have an all-American leftist mafia patriot crew tonight. The Canadians better not show their faces until they get. Ew, I do not like being called a patriot.
This was an all-American panel.
I am not a fucking patriot, and I'm a proud non-patriot.
I don't know. I think we should take those words back from the right in what they think it means. For me, the America that I like, the America that I'm proud to be in, is New York. This diverse, wonderful place where you could see and be whatever you want and experience cultures from all over. I mean, to me, that's America. And that's the America I'd be proud to say I'm a patriot of. It's that other stuff that I don't like.
I genuinely, after watching America bomb Iran, there's no.
But that's not what that's what I'm arguing. Like, being a patriot doesn't mean you support the military. You got to take that shit back from the right and their wording of it. When does patriot mean you got to support the U.S. government killing innocent civilians? That's some sort of weird right wing meaning of it. To me, like, this country's great because of what they think this country isn't great about. Like, it's the one thing that America's got that other countries don't. You could literally go anywhere in New York and find someone from somewhere else and experience that culture and their food and their experiences, and you can get along with them and realize that with all these wonderful differences, we're also all still human beings. And that's a wonderful thing. I mean, the New York I've been experiencing over these past couple of months with the World Cup and everything going on. This is what America is to me.
I personally, I think that is, like, the rhetoric is useful to win over Americans and whatnot, but I hate the idea of patriotism, because I don't think that, I feel uncomfortable promoting this idea that, like, we should be proud of, like, where we live, when it doesn't matter. Like, we're kind of, a lot of us are just here by chance. We were born here, and it doesn't automatically really denote anything. I feel like humanism and, like, an internationalism is, like, better long term to promote. But I understand what you're saying about the patriotism. I think that can be, like, I understand the initiative to want to take it back, but for me, I just
I don't think patriotism means that American exceptionalism or America is better than
no,
other
not
countries.
necessarily. But
again, that's another thing the right
sure.
has sort of connected with those words.
Yeah,
you know
no,
I
I
mean?
agree
Like,
with that. I agree with that. I just think
like,
that,
we're
like,
saying
being
now,
proud
but,
of,
like,
like, where you live is, I don't know, it feels like something that is, I don't want to say it's, like, primitive. That's not what I'm going for. But it just, I don't know. I guess part of it is I struggle because I, like, the whole concept of a country to me just is idiotic. Like, so I don't know. I guess I'm not articulating myself well, but
like, the second that, but I see what you're saying. And I probably at one point was like, yeah, like, no borders, no nations. And, like,
I'm
I
gonna
agree,
get clipped
that's
as, like,
great.
a no border fucking,
But
which I kind of don't believe in borders, if I'm being honest. But
I'm for people being able to cross over borders whenever they want.
Yeah. No, I see
that. But also there is love of people's country. Like, let's look at sports and the World Cup. Like, you're I don't think that's going to be I get that you're how you feel, but in terms of like a broader winning opinion, you try telling people like not to root for their country because it's too much nationalism for where they're from. It's never gonna. That's just how people are ingrained to, like.
No, I think you're 100% right. Yeah, nobody is gonna, like, listen to my argument and be like, oh, that guy. They're gonna be like, shut the fuck up, you absolute freak. So no, I agree with what you're saying. I think your strategy makes way more sense, which is why I don't, like, necessarily vocalize that. I just feel, like, very uncomfortable with the concept, but I can't really articulate why. It stems from, like, I don't know, just the concept of a country. I don't know, but I'm just blabbering at this point and rambling, so I'll shut the fuck up.
Are you proud to be what is someone from Portland? You're in Portland, right?
Yeah. I mean, I like Portland. I like to live here, but I'm not necessarily, like, proud to be from Portland. It's just, like, a random city. Like,
is being proud to be a New Yorker and only a New York thing? Like, does no one else love their city as much as New York?
I don't think so. No, I don't necessarily think
genuinely, most American cities are so ick.
Yeah, maybe I'm just being a bit of a contrarian. I just feel like it's just very random, where it's like people are proud of their cities, and I'm like, why? Who cares? Like, I like Portland, but, like, I'd probably like other cities too. Like, I like Portland because it's very diverse, and, well, certain areas of Portland are diverse, to be clear, but, like, it's diverse, and you could experience a lot of cultures, and there's, like, a lot of things to do, but it's like you could get that elsewhere as well. It's just, I don't know what I'm saying. I need to shut the fuck up.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
I'm not articulating myself very well. I feel like.
I'm already derailing the conversation again, but because we're in this neighborhood, let me just say, because some people were asking, this is what I'm wearing. This is the official New York City World Cup jersey.
Maybe if I
People
lived in
were
New York
asking.
City in a Mamdani,
Oh, wait,
like
is that
I feel
the... Sorry, I'm so sorry. Is that the discounted one, the limited edition?
Yeah.
Oh my god, wait, do a turn. Do a 360. No, stand up. I need to see it. 360.
Oh, that's really nice.
It's such a nice jersey. I wanted one so bad. How did you get one?
They were doing every day for the past week. They were putting up 500 shirts in a limited edition drop, and they would all sell out within like 1 or 2 minutes. Like they went so fast. And I was able to get one for myself, and then just this morning on the last day they were doing it, I was able to get the one Mamdani's been wearing, the red and blue one for my son.
Oh, nice.
So,
Nice.
I love that. Okay, cool. I'm gonna get through these. Okay, Fart Twain.
We keep derailing you.
So bad. Uncles, please.
I know. I promise I will shut my dumb fucking mouth. I just cannot help myself.
You're so good. Oh no, Ethan Klein. We're about to be here for another hour.
Abort. I'm you know what, Ariana? Mm-mm.
You're good. Ethan Klein dropped his iDubbbz lawsuit, lost a denim suit, dismissed a Wes Sampson suit. Sorry.
You're making this.
I mean, we all knew this was gonna happen. Like, you fucking idiot, dude. Anyways,
You love to see it. You love to see it.
Thank you so much for the $5. Hawk, I want to apologize. I wasn't against you. I should have listened and acknowledged the red flags and I could call that. Okay, thank you so much for supporting me. I really appreciate it. But we're gonna go because I can't be here.
Abort.
2 a.m.
Abort. Evacuate.
No, literally, thank you so much for the $10 though. Sorry, my asthma. Tigwig, thank you so much for the $50. Oh, thank you so much. We love your face more. V-Man, thank you so much. Yeah, so sweet. Thank you so much for the $10. Just for context, Ricardo Roselio is such a scumbag. He lied to the face of the NAACP about the father of Puerto Rico, about the father of Puerto Rican statehood. He was Afro-Puerto Rican for pity points so that he would back a bill. That's crazy. Honestly, I think at this point we should have V-Man on to talk about Puerto Rico.
I was going to ask, I'm like, V-Man, if you have a YouTube channel, link it, because I feel like you have so much knowledge and everything you say is so fascinating. I would love to hear more of your perspective.
Yeah, if you have any links or anything, please let us know.
Yeah.
Okay. Ricardo. Okay, V-Man, thank you so much for the $10. Ricardo claimed the man immigrated to PR. He was born in PR in 1856, and then was denied admission to the University of PR. UPR was established in the 1900s. That's crazy. I didn't know that. Thank you so much for educating us, and thank you so much for the $10. I know the chat really appreciates all of your I love how much Puerto Rico pride you have. It's very.
I know. I love
you're
that.
Kind of like me. You're kind of like me because I'm like Iran. I'm like very obnoxious about it. Not that you're.
How are you going to say you love that? You were just arguing against pride in a location.
I said I'm a contrarian. I feel like I was just being a contrarian.
No. I meant like no. Hold on. I'm not an American patriot. I love my country. I love Iran.
Oh no. I got that. Your point was America.
No, it's mine is a contradiction because
was nations. Period. Done. Out of
like patriotism in general.
No, I didn't say that. I said American patriots give me the ick. I didn't say patriots.
No, I said patriotism in general.
That, Ariana. You did.
Mike I'm the one who's contradicting myself. I think I have more sympathy though of like not of the nation, but of the group of people who's being exploited. Again, it's like not well articulated. My thoughts are kind of like all over the place on this. It's just like, you know, together they've experienced fuckery from the U.S. and colonialism and imperialism. So I sympathize with them as like a collective identity in a sense, but like patriotism in general is, hopefully that makes sense. Like to me,
I get what you're saying. I feel like it doesn't make sense. I don't know.
Seems
like a quick answer thrown together. to make sense of what just happened. But
Again, my thoughts on this are a little bit amorphous. They need to kind of like settle, and I need to, because I've never really thought through these thoughts. It's just like I get the ick from patriotism, just generally speaking, but like then when I see Puerto Rico and them being prideful, it's like fuck yeah, because you've been taken advantage of through colonialism and whatnot. So like together it's like fuck America from your perspective.
I agree with you 100% about like the ick feeling, which is why my argument is we gotta make it not ick, because by not going by their definition. But we're gonna go in circles here. Yeah,
I know we're literally just repeating ourselves. I'm so sorry. I keep derailing the conversation.
You're fine. Looney, thanks so much for the $5. Explain why Ari and Bender are fighting mom and dad. We're not fighting. It's like it's all love. It's just
I don't think me and Ariana ever had a real fight. Like we just have disagreements and
they pick on each other and disagree, but they don't fight. I don't think any of us have ever like fought on this show. Yeah, we've disagreed and like
I am
disagreed
so
strongly.
At Old Man Philly, because this motherfucker got married and he didn't invite us.
Oh, he did already get married?
Yeah, go to the next
congratulations.
Oh, congratulations, Old Man in Philly.
Old Man in Philly, where was our invite?
That's wonderful.
I would have thrown it down for you on the dance floor. I would have paid for a ticket to your wedding. What? You got married? Oh my god, congratulations.
Congratulations. That's so cool.
The comment's not coming up. Everybody say congratulations.
Oh, here we go. Is this
right
it?
now? Wait.
I don't know if this is the one.
No, it's completely off topic and self-serving comment. I got married.
There we go.
Last week. Highlight our
Congratulations.
son did the first dance, first 5 minutes of the ceremony, Princess Bride style.
Oh, I love that.
Oh man, in Philly, I'm so happy for you. You have to come on. Oh my god, wait, can we have the viewers come on again and then he could show us his wedding pictures?
Yeah, I was thinking we got to do something like that. I'm not going to be here next week, but maybe the week after.
Like in the outfit, like I need it. Not next week because I'm going to be in San Diego with my family next week, but the week after.
I'll be off next week too.
Please.
I think we should. That'd be fun.
I love that.
Same.
Okay. Congratulations. So much love to you and your family.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
so happy
awesome.
for you. It's like my brother just got married. My heart became so warm. All right, Kowalski, thank you so much for the $5. A patriot will criticize the government to make a more perfect union. A nationalist blindly follows the great leader. You are a patriot, bro. Kowalski and I debate this shit all the time. He's like, no, you're a patriot. We need to reclaim it. And I'm like, that literally gives me the ick. But like, okay. I love that. I love that.
He's a smart guy.
He is. He's great. I just also don't really, I like, whatever. I like, to me, American culture is taxidermy, raccoons and squirrels and hamburgers. Like, I don't know.
And also mayonnaise and riding a mobility scooter with your overalls and no undershirt.
That's because that's been ingrained in your head for some reason, but that's not my American experience.
For some reason.
I mean, but where are people from? Where that's their experience. Like, America's big. My America is New York City, where I was born, raised, and have lived my entire life and have never left. And that's what America is to me.
Yeah.
America to me is McDonald's and data centers. I'm in Oregon, so my perspective is so skewed. It's so fucked up.
Gun shops, gun shows,
yeah,
cyber trucks,
and
Fireball,
every
alcohol.
once in a while, an elderly couple that's on a mobility scooter with Trump hats with a little flag yelling slurs at minorities. That's
yeah. Matt is biting his tongue right now. Okay, can we move on?
I'm just being a dick. That's not my America.
Hey, whether we like it or not,
my America technically
also part of American culture,
is hipsters. Yeah. My America is like flannel wearing, septum ring donning hipsters in Portland who play D&D. That's the more charitable version of my America, I guess you could say, as a Portlander. And we play adult hide and seek if you watch Portlandia.
That's funny. All right, 2 more for V-Man. V-Man, I have to clear my schedule because I work graveyard. Oh, okay. Well, we'll let you know.
For sure.
I think. Well, you could come on for the viewers we'll make sure he can come on like for a slot when we
Yeah.
have you come on, and then we can just kind of go from there. Puerto Rico's second largest airport is named after a composer who his most famous song described the United States as a tyrant with a black malice. I fucking love that. I had no idea. I'm gonna have to fly into that airport now. Thank you so much for letting me know. Well, I was gonna book a trip to Puerto Rico next month, but I don't want to be like a colonizer that goes to a resort while people are having a water shortage, because I'm gonna be so honest with you, I'm gonna have to take my showers. So I was like, let me not book this trip until Puerto Rico can figure it out, because I don't want to be that person. But I do really want to see Puerto Rico so much. I've heard nothing but great things about it. All right, I love you guys so much. It's almost 12. I need to go sleep. But great conversation. And I won't be here next week because I will be seeing my family back in San Diego for some much needed time off. But I will see you guys the week after.
Same. Do you take care?
Enjoy
seeing
your
you.
trip, Ariana.
Thank you. Okay, I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Bye, everyone.
All right, see you in 2.
Bye.
Okay.
All right, Mike.
Did you want to go or did you want me to go?
As usual, it's down to you and me. I can go, you can go, whatever you want to do. It's all
I
good
could do
to me.
either way. I'm going to blast through mine and force myself to shut the fuck up and resist the urge to answer every question.
All right, go ahead.
Like super long. Okay. Let me start from the beginning. Give me 1 second to find my bearings and I will do it. First and foremost, thank you so much to John Lithium for the 5 gifted memberships. That's really kind of you. Thank you so much. Thank you to Max Pokebro for the 5. Mike, the video that you and Lance did with Ole was great, even though I could have done without Too Raw Too Real. I don't like him. Thank you for watching it. Yes, I don't like Too Raw Too Real either. Longshark says, what do you know 0.75 of a year? Cartoon says, thoughts on Haley Stevens gaining a lot of endorsements, including Jim Clyburn, as well as Neera Tanden trashing DSA, and you think that will hurt Abdul. I'm not surprised by Jim Clyburn endorsing her, and I'm not surprised by Neera Tanden trashing the DSA. I don't think that that's going to hurt her. Hurt Abdul. I think the thing that could hurt Abdul is the millions of dollars in APAC money just blanketing the television. I actually have a video tomorrow about the whole the race and how Haley Stevens actually got caught trying to pay influencers $1,500 a post to gas her up. So watch that and you'll see a lot more thoughts from me about that race.
What's going to hurt? What's going to hurt is that money that's going in pushing that disingenuous Obama ad claiming that he subtly trying to claim that he endorsed Haley Stevens by showing like at this point it's gotta be like a 15-year-old clip of him saying her name on stage. Yeah.
Okay, let me see here. The next one is Mr. Nobody, who says, I apologize if I sound pessimistic, but I think that 2026 will be stolen. Republicans have at least a dozen effective tricks up their sleeves. I don't think you're pessimistic. I think you're being realistic about the situation. I hope that that's not the case. We're going to have to wait and see. We don't know what they're going to try to do, but you're not wrong to be weary. We'll just put it that way. Cartoon says, also so excited to watch The Odyssey this weekend. Yeah, I'm going to try to see that as well. I'm bad at seeing movies in theaters. I will try to see that one. It looks really good.
I'm not going to go see that. I heard it's woke.
Oh, well, then I can't see it if it's woke.
That's the outrage over that movie from the right has got to be, it's going to be their biggest miss ever.
Yeah, they picked the wrong movie to fuck with.
That movie's going to do such numbers because he is a great is not saying enough about how good of how I used a lesser word, how amazing of a director he is and how amazing that movie is going to be. And how amazing all of the talent cast in that movie is regardless of whether the right thinks their skin color matches the historical accuracy of Homer's Odyssey. Like, what are these guys from? They think it's they think it's nonfiction. Give me a break. These guys.
I think they believe it's nonfiction. Yes, it's a history story. It's a historically accurate story. No, it's
It's
gonna
an autobiography.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I mean, they'll never like eat crow and take the L, so they'll just move on to the next thing. But yeah, it'll be funny that they're saying, "Oh, this is gonna fail," when this is not going to fail. It's not one of those movies. Bad bet to make. Let me see here. The next one is also from Cartoon. Did I skip cartoons? No, I don't think I did. I don't know. It's not showing up, but Cartoon also says, shout out to Connor Mack losing this past weekend. Thank you, Cartoon. I don't know why that one's not showing up. But moving on, Jeremy Elwood says, can't stay long. Have to make dinner and large, stupid-ass Pokemon drop tomorrow. I don't want to deal with, but want to give a few bucks for what you do. Well, thank you so much, Jeremy. Good luck with the Pokemon drop. Hopefully the customers won't be too insufferable when you open up. Johnny says, hot take, Stalin, Mao, and DPRK are based, and giving weapons to Israel should be a capital crime, but that's just me. I see we have a Tanky in the chat. Interesting. Not really. Rachel Atwood says, in 2009, Lindsey G supported a climate change bill. I did not know that. Jeremy says, one last thing, please let Trump be a GTA 6 character. Definitely going to happen, and Elon Musk will be a GTA 6 character too. Jeremy Elwood, thank you for the gifted membership. Really appreciate that, bud. Mr. Nobody says Jack Smith should be the next attorney general under a progressive administration. Merrick Garland is the worst AG in American history, in my opinion. I mean, definitely in Democratic history. Chemical Dragon says, please never add that song again to your intro.
Oh, that's the new theme of the show.
The Trump song. Yeah. It is. Mr. Nobody says Trump may be the biggest spoiled brat in history. Oh, 1,000%. K Blaze says, why haven't we overthrown him? What will it take? I don't know, man. They haven't invoked the 25th yet, so I feel like it's just not going to happen. It was made for him, and it's not going to happen. Kowalski says, if China wanted to weaken the USA, the election of Trump would be better than anyone else. That's such a great point, Kowalski. A self-serving narcissist would undermine the state. And that's exactly what's happening. Yeah, that's a phenomenal point. I wish that I saw this during the speech that he was giving, because that just undeniably true. Mech, thanks for the 5. I swear he must have a humiliation kink. How many more cases does he want to lose over this stuff? I don't know. Some people have no shame. Max Left says, as an atheist, I believe the resurrection of Jesus has a better chance of being true than China rigging the 2020 U.S. election. Yeah, ditto, man. Ditto. Sky Dreamer said, and thanks for the 10. Just remember, your grandparents are watching this on Fox News and getting unsettled about the elections. That's the goal. Make voters suspicious or convince them not to vote. Yeah, that's true. Absolutely. Thank you to Han for the $5 message or chat. No message, though. No sticker either, but thank you. Octawolf says, I ran a simulation as if I was president and passed all leftist policies and democratic socialist policies, got a 99% approval rating. Sadly, I'm not old enough to run yet. Well, hey, when you run, you let me know, man. Salmon says, anyone hear Binder's new music project, Poopsicle? Wow, well, he's been keeping that from me. I haven't heard about this, Binder.
I didn't know about it either, but it's happening apparently.
Han says, more BS to distract from the Epstein files. Yep, that too. Scanner Darkly, thanks for becoming a YouTube member. Brandon says, what are the chances Trump's speech just scared a portion of his elderly base out of voting? Great strategy as always from the great deal maker. I'm not sure. It's hard to say. I mean, that's also a possibility too. If you keep reinforcing this idea that elections are rigged, then why bother? So I hope that they take that as the main takeaway. That'd be wonderful. I hope they don't vote. Kenzie, thanks for being a member for 37 months. That's crazy. That's a really long time. Appreciate you. Looney Tunes says, today's lazy bums are Lance and David Doel, so you and Rebecca split the Lance money. Oh, is that what you were referencing? Okay. Bay Photo says, hey, Mike, I don't think we'll be needing those extra burn bags after all. You can dispose of them. Our plot has been foiled. See you back at Antifa HQ. All right, I'll see you there, comrade. Pixel Ghost says, we need a Wario voice clip. We stand with Israel. Oh, that was a bad voice, but that would be funny as fuck.
Wario, Wario. Oh, I gotta get in the mode.
Yeah, that's good, Matt.
Wario. We stand with Israel.
It sounded a little bit more like Dracula, but the first
It
Wario
did.
was really
It did sound a
good.
little bit like a Dracula. Yeah.
You have the grit, like it's you're onto it though. I think you just have to worship.
Wario. That was a
We
little
stand
more
with
Wario.
Israel.
We stand with, I can't. The second I say anything but Wario, I lose it.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one.
We stand with Israel. There you go. That's Mickey Mouse.
That's Seagar, thanks for the 10. Glad I caught this clown with you folks. Been MIA, and it's hard to listen to this diseased clown at this point. Thanks for the coverage. Thank you for tuning in. I feel you 100%. Listening to him is honestly agonizing at this point, so I don't blame you. I do this for a living, and I find it very, very hard to listen to what he has to say. It's honestly like nails on a chalkboard. Jeremy Elwood says, I work at GameStop. This needs marketing. Joel says, can I get a motherfuck Donald Trump? Motherfuck Donald Trump. Chat, give Joel some motherfuck Donald Trumps.
Mother, please don't.
Byron says, pronounced Bootsy badass. No, it's Bussy. It's Bussy. You're wrong about that.
I'm on board with this one with you, Mike. I'm all for
Thank
calling
you.
him Bussy.
I mean, if you listen to the pronunciation, I pulled it up. The pronunciation bot was clearly saying Bussy. So, I mean, listen, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I didn't choose the name, he did. Jeremy says Mitch needs to meet up with Lindsey and form a caucus. That would be wonderful. I too hope he dies. Byron says he and I are from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I know him personally. That's how he pronounces it. No shit. You know him personally? Shut up. Well, you should correct him and let him know that he's pronouncing his name wrong. It's Bussy. Tell him that. I'm willing to debate him on the pronunciation of his own name. Jeremy says, in Michigan, wildfire smoke is absurd. Matt reminds me of when I was in Chicago in Chico in 2018, all the smoke, none of the embers dropping in my beer. Yeah, man, if you're in one of these areas, please, please, please protect yourself. ABS says, you hear about Xbox disc to digital feature. I heard something about that. From what I understand, they haven't actually rolled it out yet. They're just kind of trying to design something. I'll have to wait to see more details because I'm skeptical. Hawk said, or Hawk, excuse me. Hawk says, are you going to go to the Pride Parade this weekend? I am not going to go to the Pride Parade. As much as I would love to show support to the local LGBTQ community, I just am not a big person on crowds. It's really hard for me. That is a lot of people, and the energy would be a lot. So I'll probably pass.
A little bit late for a Pride Parade. No, it was last month.
Yeah, from what I understand, there's still some stuff going on in July, and there's even stuff in October in certain parts of the country, which is crazy. So I guess we're extending Pride, which I'm fine with. We could just turn the whole year into Pride. That's cool.
I agree. I was just wondering why so late.
Yeah. Good for them, though. You all have fun. Who's next? Jeremy. And thank you, Jeremy. You sent in like a bunch of super chats. I really appreciate that. Manager here. Want my employees to unionize. They're scared because court brainwashed them to thinking because they hold keys, their management. Not how it works. I could join the union as a store manager. That's amazing. Definitely be careful with them, with GameSpot, because the CEO is a huge Republican, so they would absolutely retaliate against you. But fuck, look, more power to you. They will retaliate, but if you're able to do it more covertly, that's cool. Good for you, man. Checkmate says, hey, Mike, I'm just in a good mood. Well, I'm happy to hear that. That's amazing. Good for you. Are you bragging? No, I'm just kidding. No, that's good. No, that's good though. Tropical Ding Dong says it turns into a blood sport because we can't reach the villains who have truly harmed us, so we lash out at each other. Yeah, I think that's fair for sure. For sure. Next one is Ryan Chan, who says, is Haley Stevens the final boss for APAC? The amount of money she is getting from super PACs is absurd. 50 mil for TV ads. She's doing zero canvassing. She might be the final boss of APAC, but the 2028 presidential primaries haven't started yet. So for now, she's the temporary boss. I think we're going to see something crazier in a couple of years. Octo Wolf is Octo Wolf says, I didn't endorse Graham Plattner. Remember my track record on endorsing. I'm currently 6 wins and 1 loss. Also, I use data and facts on my last donation. Well, hey, good for you. Good for you. And thank you so much to Jeremy Elwood, who gifted 5 Humanist Report subs. Jeremy, you're doing too much. I appreciate you, but my goodness, you don't have to send all that. I really appreciate you, though. Thank you so much. Not really Rachel Atwood says, not to be a cynic, but a good number of Dems voted yes because they knew it wouldn't pass. Every MA rep did, but several are facing left primaries on 9-1. Yeah, no, I think that's a good rate. That's a good point, Rachel. I wonder if they would have voted that same way if it did pass. But having said that, I still think it's really positive because this is them going on the record saying we do not support sending money to Israel at this point in time, which means that they know, they have the message, they can't deny it, that it is not popular to support arming Israel. And one thing that I will say that gives me a little bit more hope is that Catherine Clark, who's the number 2, by the way, she actually defied Hakeem Jeffries and she came out against it. So that right there tells me that maybe he's not an inevitability when it comes to leadership, because if she's doing this, she can make a case later on that she's more suited to be leader because she's where the base is at. To be clear, Catherine Clark sucks ass too, but if we can at least get someone that's trying to cater to the base a little bit more, that is a huge improvement because it's very clear that Hakeem Jeffries could not care less about the base. So the fact that Catherine Clark did that, not a lot of people are talking about this, and I wish I knew about that before I made my video. That to me feels really significant, but we'll have to wait and see. It could just be a nothing burger, but I think that's a really positive sign. Okay. Next one is Dead Marine. Where's Dead Marine? Here we go. Dead Marine 1980, who says, I agree with Binder. I'm a patriot. To me, patriotism is talking about how your family is cool. Nationalism is when you talk shit about someone else's family. That's an interesting way to frame it. Dick Chad? Thank you for the 10 Canadian. Appreciate that. Mike, my complaint about patriotism is that it often comes with a sense of superiority and judges/excludes others. Maybe that's the part of patriotism that bothers you. Yeah, that's definitely possible. As I said, like my thoughts on this aren't super fleshed out. It's just more of like a vibes-based approach that I'm coming with, to be honest. But yeah, I think that you're probably onto something there. I need to write about this and explore my thinking, because yeah, it's just kind of more like fuck patriotism. It's a little visceral. And I think there's substance behind why I feel this way. I just need to, articulate myself better and really, I guess, sit on it a little bit more. Sit with it a little bit more. No homo. Fly Chomper Fly says, how did Trump read that long /well from a teleprompter? That's a good point. He did go a long time without fucking up too much. That's interesting. Tara says, happy early birthday, Mike. Hope it's great. Well, thank you, Tara. I really appreciate you saying that. Jeremy says, I'm Michigan. Stevens' endorsements won't help her. Abdul has one major one that matters here. UAW. Stevens getting AIPAC and false endorsements, e.g. Obama. Okay, well, that's good to know. I really hope that the UAW does put him over the edge. Jumped. Damn it. Here we go. Got it back. Shaolin Style says, great show, but on a lighter note, from Mike Denshatak, just released on all major platforms, and is a great time. I'm smiling every time I play. This is the first time that I'm hearing about Denshatak. Denshatak. I don't know why I'm... Oh, this is the bus game. Yeah, okay. I'm going to have to check that out. I've been hearing a lot about this. Not the name, apparently, but I've seen, clips of this here and there, and it looks very, very interesting. Unique for sure, and a little bit kooky, but yeah, it looks kind of cool. That's just a name that's so hard for me to remember for some reason. Snarky McCarthy says, hello, I leftist. Well, hello, leftist. I leftist too. Not really Rachel Atwood says, Clark is being challenged by Jonathan Paz in MA 5. Catherine Clark. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Kowalski says former GOP state senator is running as an independent in Nebraska. Could split Republican vote. Dem was within 5 points before announcing. I want to hope. Hey, there's a little bit of hopium for you. Always appreciate that. Thank you, Kowalski. Spot Dog says jingoism might be a better term versus patriotism. Maybe. And Jacqueline says put more actual communists on platforms and in local debates. Yeah, I don't have any problem with that. I think that'd be fascinating for sure. Most communists probably wouldn't want to talk about what we talk about because the overwhelming majority of communists are like anti-electoralism, like by definition. So, but yeah, otherwise, I think it would be really awesome to talk to them. Get some MLs on the show. I would love that actually. Jeremy Elwood, Abdul for Senate. Yeah, here. Well, that's all that I have. I'll go ahead and pull up your first one, Matt.
All right. Let's do it. Cartoon 49 says, hey, Matt, who are you rooting for in the World Cup final? Ooh, that's a hard one. See, here's the thing. I like Messi. I truly think he is the greatest player of all time. I think there's no debate about it. He has shown time and time again that he is the guy. The entire Argentina team, however, I could sometimes I like them, sometimes I don't. However, Spain, after that dominant performance against France, I think they could do it. So the question is who I'm rooting for, not who I think is going to win. I guess I misread it. I don't know. I like to see. I actually would like to see. I know most people don't want Argentina to win, but I would like to see Messi win again because I think if he won a second World Cup, it would be that extra push to convince him to go for one more and tie Pele with the record of 3 World Cup wins. Like he'd be back in 4 years for sure if they win the final on Sunday. That's how I'm looking at it. But Spain is a really good team. They have their possession of the ball is incredible, insane. I don't know. Yeah, I'd be happy with either team winning. I think they're both good teams. But who I think is going to win, Spain, I think could pull it off. But it depends how Messi's feeling on Sunday. Looney Tunes 9000. Basically, the speech tonight was all Trump repeating his 2020 lies.
Yep.
Yeah. No flame, please. Former military. His internet history points to historical knowledge. Bro kept it for 18 years. He knew. Good riddance. All right, Matt, I don't
abort, evacuate.
But I agree. He knew what it meant longer than he said he knew what it meant. But I don't think he knew when he got it based on everything I've heard, including people who were with him when he got it. Let's continue on. High pass, low pass filters and electronics. Nothing about Graham hit that high pass filter until the final one, but there were many there were many that hit the low pass. That's a good way to say it. Tropical ding dong.
That's interesting to use like an audio analogy for that.
Jace Butcher 2569 with a $10 super chat. Lesson is simple. People got overexcited at the prospect of flipping the Senate, overlooking concerns for political expediency. I thought flipping would be cool too, but I cringed at Plattner 2028 people. Oh yeah, people who were talking about him beyond just this election were completely taking it way too far. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. And when you talk about things like that before he's even proven, it does enter that area of weird fanboyness which I'm totally against for politicians.
Yeah, never ever do that for politicians. It's just like a best practice in general. Politicians are all sociopaths, even the good ones. So you really got to be wary. You got to be wary about that.
Old man Philly with a super chat. At times like this, be Bret Hart. The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Oh, I am Bret Hart already. Jace Butcher 2569 with a super chat. Ole left because 4 white male hosts bullied her for liking Harry Potter during the J.K. Rowling downfall, and Matt spearheaded that roast session. To me, that was so early on in that segment was so early on in Leftist Mafia, and it remains, in my opinion, the crowning jewel of this show.
Yeah,
the funniest when we discussed the what was it? The hat? I don't remember. The sorting hat being like calipers.
yeah, it like measured the skull.
Yeah, it was
I forgot
amazing.
about that. Yeah,
that was so funny. Kowalski with the super chat. Global fertilizer shortage is going to be dire in 2027. There are so many compounding issues in ag now. 2027 will test the world. Not too confident, to be honest. Oh boy. Oh boy.
When Kowalski says he's not confident, you know that shit's gonna hit the fan, because Kowalski is very optimistic usually.
Yeah. Wanda M with a super chat, $10 super chat. You have all your priorities in order, like you said last week. Your only priority is to take care of those three precious children. You are a New Yorker, so I know you won't take any of this crap to heart. Thank you so much, Wanda. I appreciate it. That was another thing people got mad at me for.
Okay.
For bringing up how I got 3 kids, so I don't got time to watch a ton of YouTube channels. I don't know, man. People were I would like to know. It would be interesting to know the age bracket of the various different takes, because I feel like I probably would have had a lot of those takes maybe like 20 years ago. Your worldview does change as you grow older, it's not I'm older, so I'm more experienced than you and smarter than you. It's not about that. It's just that let's put it this way. People like me and Mike have lived through that optimistic, the world is going to change, Bernie Sanders is going to win the presidency in 2015, 2016. And now
Obama too. The world is going to change.
And Obama, yeah. And now 20 years removed from that, about 10, 15 years removed from the Bernie 2015, 2016 run, it is more like, can we give this guy a chance so we can try to get Medicare for all finally introduced even? Like,
yeah,
so I think there is sort of like we've been through this. The world is not gonna, and I remember having that same sort of outlook too. It's I guess that could be part of it. I don't know.
No, it's funny. I always describe myself as like, if you go back and watch my like first episodes, you can compare me to like Carol from season 1 of The Walking Dead. She's just like this sweet lady. And then, you fast forward a couple seasons, she's like this rugged, like killer. Like that's me. Like, I've just like, I've lived through the apocalypse for so long now. I have no hope whatsoever. So yeah, that is, I agree with that take.
Someone asked how old I am. I'm going to be 40 next month. I think people think I'm much younger than I am because I've been told I look young. But like I feel like I'm talking like I'm someone who's 60 or 70 now, but I've been around the block.
I'm going to turn 39, so I'm right behind you. And it is really, it's a very weird feeling. I mean, on one hand, it's a privilege to be able to live to be, this old. But on the other hand, it's also like you can't not think about your own mortality. And I've always thought about that, just like the fact that we're kind of just like bags of meat is super creepy when you really think about it. But yeah, I'm with you. It's a very strange feeling.
It changed. Like again, it's not like oh, I'm smarter than you because no, it's just literally as you get older, your perspective on things change as you look at your life and you look at how many years you have left, and back when you're in your 20s and even 30s, you're like, oh, I still have my whole life ahead of me. I got plenty of time to do, but then you hit 40 and it's like the other day I was like, this is going to be the last time the World Cup will be here in the US when I'm alive. Because the last time they were here was 94. That's 32 years ago. In 32 years from now,
no, that's
I'm
still a
gonna be-
possibility.
it's a possibility, but it's not a sure thing like it was in 94 that I would be around for another World Cup in the US.
Yeah, I mean it's weird. Yeah.
Losing my dad has made me think about these things too. And you had mentioned interestingly when you were talking about Lindsey Graham being young at 70. My dad was 71, and so
that's right. Yeah.
So like it does make you like it in 32 years from now. If I match my dad's length of life, I won't be here if the World Cup comes back in 32 years.
Yeah, I mean,
so
listen,
it does change your perspective of things.
Yeah, nobody knows when they're gonna go. We're all just here for like a pretty short period of time, and then we're gone. So yeah, you just gotta make the most of it. The part about getting old that is a little bit freaky is it's like, yeah, like as you were saying, like okay, we're middle aged now, and I'm like, I haven't even traveled. I haven't left the United States. I've just traveled the West Coast. Like, what have I done all this time? I haven't done anything. So yeah, you start to, you put things into perspective and you think about like, man, what could I have done differently? It kind of like you get in your own head a little bit. Like I had a complete like quarter life crisis at 22 after I graduated college. So, midlife crisis is going to be a motherfucker for me if I already had a quarter life crisis, but is this the same one?
Oh, we didn't know. We didn't.
No, you didn't read this one. Okay.
Jace Butcher 2569, with a $10 super chat. The Argentina versus Egypt game keeps getting brought up. Bad calls are a part of the game. So if Argentina had only scored 2 goals in regular time, I agree. Egypt got robbed, but that third sealed it. Argentina deserved to win. Yeah, I mean, listen, I think there were definitely some bad calls in that game. I think that goal from Egypt that was taken away was bullshit, just like that goal that was taken away from Norway in their game with England was bullshit. But at the same time, if you're up 2-0 and concede 3 goals in 10 minutes, you I don't want to say deserved to lose, but I mean,
you're talking about Egypt versus Argentina with the
Oh, okay, but you conceded 3 goals in 10 minutes. I mean, you messed up. I mean, there's no ref calls there that are gonna add to that. And also, Argentina decisively beat England. Anyone who's claiming that the ref calls are the reason Argentina went through at this point after that England game I'm sorry. And you don't got to be a fan of Argentina to not be like there's a conspiracy to get Argentina through to the finals. I don't think that. I don't think that at all. In fact, there were a number of fouls on Messi that I thought could have been flagged as red cards for English players that weren't. But yeah. Tropical Ding Dong with a super chat. It's 100% just an NYC thing. Y'all weird. I don't know. New York's great. And I say this is, New Yorkers have this thing, well, at least some of us, where like we talk so much shit about New York living here, about how expensive everything is, and all of our favorite places over the years and decades have closed down because of the price of living. And we'll like talk so much shit that, there's that, there's like famous song titles too, like I love you, New York, but you're bringing me down, stuff like that. Like that's like a classic for New Yorkers to hate New York, but also have intense pride about how great it is and how much we love it. I don't know what it is, but I guess you're right. It's a weird thing New Yorkers have.
I mean, especially now, Mamdani is your mayor and everything's getting better, and you just had the Knicks win, and you have a lot going on. A lot of reasons to be happy. Sorry, here we go.
D Chad 9804 with a super chat. Love that idiots just entertain you, Matt. Crying smiley face and Canadian flag. P.S. Tell cute farmer man that we're trying. We send support when U.S. has fires. U.S. complains when Canada has fires. Yeah, I'm not blaming. I think it's silly to blame Canada. Yeah, but it's I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. It's not your fault that the wildfires are happening, obviously. Just like it's not California's fault that their wildfires happen. You know, it's you got to blame anyone who's in power who's not doing anything about climate change and the reasons these things are happening. Firefox 1234 eyes with a super chat. Why do we tolerate Jeffries and for how long? Well, there was a push for a New York City councilman to primary Jeffries last time around, but he was convinced to not do it so Mamdani and the rest of the DSA could focus on winnable races, because I think they didn't view that as a winnable race. I think that calculation has changed after the last election.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they needed to see that. So I don't think they were wrong in not primarying him last time around. I think they needed that proof that it was possible before they, because that race is going to take up a lot of time and manpower, and I think they didn't want to put all their eggs in that basket when they needed to if they wanted to win that one, when there were three other winnable races, which they did win all three.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm throwing Brad Lander in there, even though I know that wasn't a full-on like DSA effort, but there was overlap.
For sure.
Teacher G1R. What did Matt mean by who? What did Matt mean by who the fuck are minority voices pushing back on white leftists with vigor? Do we need to be brain broken YouTubers to have a voice? I don't get what you're saying here, honestly. I didn't say any of those things. The word white leftists and minority voices literally never came out of my mouth. This is exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah, he straight up said that he didn't, like, when I referenced the video, he said he didn't watch that one. He did not say that you have to be a YouTuber. Weird people love to like pull out this hyperbole against their own people who agree with their politics. It's the most weirdest thing I've ever heard in my life. I have constantly said I don't watch YouTubers. I don't watch YouTube channels, period. I don't watch the Majority Report, and I'm on the fucking show every Thursday for an hour and a half. I don't watch the Majority Report. Are you going to claim I'm an anti-Semite for not watching Sam Cedar Monday through Friday? No. Well, I would make that argument, Matt. Personally.
I mean, it's ludicrous. It's ludicrous.
And how dare you say that we're brain broken? Okay, we are brain broken as YouTubers, but you don't have to point it out, okay? I don't like to be reminded that my brain is mashed potatoes. Next one here.
Snarky McCarthy with a $2 super chat. Are we leftists too often? Are we white leftists too often embarrassing? I don't know.
Yeah. I think
white
so.
people in general could be rather embarrassing. Yeah.
Yeah, all people are embarrassing, but yeah, I'm around white people a lot, and sometimes I could be like, damn, I hate white people. And I'm a white person. We can be embarrassing. That's gonna get clipped out. I'm being facetious, people, but yeah, we gotta recognize our flaws, right?
Richard Lemon 7376 with a super chat. Proud to live here. Wouldn't say patriotic though. Also, being part indigenous and what the U.S. has done to natives makes me not identify with patriotism. Yeah, I think that's a good that's a good reason to not. I mean, it's probably the best reason, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I got a couple more. I think you have one from Kowalski. Let me scroll down before I go to mine that came in. Here we go.
This is mine?
Yes.
Okay, I don't blame. Kowalski says, okay, I don't blame all of Canada for the fires. Just David. He goes around throwing cigarette butts out the car window. This is
Sounds
only
like
a
him.
matter of time.
Fucking David. Okay, I got a couple more. Checkmate says, I hate closing shift. Whenever I was doing retail, I liked closing shift because there were less customers. Although if you had a customer that would come in like 10 minutes before you close, it was agonizing. But I used to like closing shift in particular. But I guess it depends on where you work, right? But I feel your pain. Hopefully things get better for you. Rosa says, yo, I just moved to the PNW. Hey, welcome to the Pacific Northwest. And Clark County, Washington has the most dino rep. Oh, no. So for those who don't know, MGP is our Marjorie Taylor Greene. It's Marie Glusenkamp Perez. I'm so sorry that's your rep. I don't know who to watch up here or who to trust, and I'm surrounded. So I don't know too much about her opponent. She, from what I understand, she does have a primary opponent who is polling ahead of her, and I think he is better than her on certain issues. I want to, God, I can't remember. So I'm just not going to say because I'm not sure if it's correct, but I remember being impressed with him. More so than her. Like, I don't think he's like a DSA type candidate, but he looks like a measurable improvement compared to Marie. So I cannot remember his name, unfortunately, but just look at Ballotpedia and see who the dude is. I wish I could remember his name. He looks like the most basic white dude ever, but he is not her. So check that person's campaign out for sure. Okay. Jabble Babbleface says, hey, Mike, use this to take a trip to NYC or Europe or wherever you want or need to travel to. Well, thank you very much. I will do that. Yeah, to be clear, I'm not like avoiding traveling specifically because I'm afraid of planes. I just am in general a homebody and have just like never done it. But if I really, really wanted to travel, I would do it because like if you have a panic disorder, like everything's gonna make you panic, and it doesn't stop you from just living. Like driving is difficult sometimes, depending on like how intense my panic attacks are. But I still have to do it because you can't just like, lock yourself away forever. So if I really wanted to travel, and if I had the opportunity, I would for sure. I think I would be very uncomfortable on a plane. I would have anxiety, but I'd feel the same way as if I were in a car. Maybe it'd be a little bit more scary since I've never been in a plane before. Maybe I'd feel a tiny bit more claustrophobic than in a car, but if I really wanted to, I could. So like, I don't want people to think that I'm this like fucking, this like freak who, will never leave home. I definitely struggle with a lot of mental health issues, and agoraphobia is one of them, but it's just a constant battle. And, I'm not going to let that stop me from traveling. I just need to actually do it. I just haven't like done anything. Yeah. So John in the chat says beta blockers. I actually do have beta blockers. I have a prescription that actually like stops panic symptoms that I have, and it is very helpful. But for traveling, it would probably be a little bit harder. Just like, even if I was like driving across the country or, in a long car, it'd be really hard. I need the strong shit. I need some Zans for that for sure. To help me, process it. But it's just a matter of like, the more that I do it, the better I feel. So, I'll travel for sure. It'd be cool to do a live in person Leftist Mafia at some point one of these days. So maybe that's when I'll travel. Cole Williams says you're spot on with your take on patriotism. Oh, well, Binder. Okay, you're spot on with your take on patriotism.
He gave you
Binder.
the super chat, but threw you under the loop. You thought
I was gonna right before I read your name, I was about to say, oh well, thank you. I feel like I wasn't making a very clear point, but to say it to you, which makes sense. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. Embrace the revolutionary. Well, there you go, Binder.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm sorry. I'm still sort of distracted by me saying I don't watch YouTube, and it turning into, oh, Matt Binder doesn't watch black YouTubers or something. Like, what? So bizarre to me. I can't. How do you engage with that? Like, how do you engage with people doing that? It just is so insane to me. It just boggles my mind where that came from. Insane.
Yeah, listen, this idea that you have like a bias specifically against black YouTubers is crazy. And I think people just need to, we all just need to move the fuck on from Plattner. Like, please, let's all just stop. I swear to God, if I hear more about Plattner, I'm going to kill myself. I can't take it anymore. Like, this guy has taken up so much oxygen. Thank God it's over. I just feel like we gotta look ahead. We can't keep dwelling. Jabble Babble Face says, understandable, Mike. My bad. I don't want to pressure you into traveling. No. Don't think that. Not at all. No, not at all. I do want to travel. Again, just like I'm just like a lazy piece of shit. I don't do shit. So like in general, so it's like I just don't have the desire to, like, I want to travel to say I did it, I guess, and I know I would enjoy it, but at the same time, it's like being around people is a lot for me too. It's just a lot, man. I've got to work through some shit. You didn't pressure me though, so don't worry about that. Celeste says, Celeste is a member for 17 months. Thank you so much. D Major says maybe start small on regional trip via car trade. Yeah, for sure. I've caught the train places. I was perfectly fine. Had some anxiety, of course. That's perfectly fine for me, having a little bit. Yeah, for sure. I just gotta, it's a little bit harder because I work from home. I do YouTube for a living, so I don't really live the life of the average person. So every little thing is much more intense. I'm like a fucking cat. You let out of the cage, and it's like they start freaking out. That's basically me, right? So I need to do more things and force myself. But that's all the chats that we have. So do we want to raid Cosmopolitics on Twitch? Let me find.
Is she on?
She's set to raid her because she would be on. Let me see if she's still on. Yeah, she is actually. I will raid her. Raid Cosmopolitics. Perfect. I wasn't sure if she would still be on, but yeah. All right, folks. Well,
I can't find her. That's weird.
You can't find her?
Cosma, I found it.
Okay. Just a quick note. I am not going to be on next week because I'm going to take the week off, or try to take the week off, so I could just relax for my birthday. But me saying that, I'm realizing probably crazy shit's going to happen to where I'll be forced to make a video. But for the most part, I'm not going to do videos and streams. I have some stuff scheduled for the channel, but I'm going to try. The goal is to take the week off, so I will not be here next week.
I'll similarly be out likely that first week in August. So I hear you. It's August. It's the best time to take off because usually August is a slow month, except for the week you end up deciding to take off, which is the 1 week in August where something usually happens.
Yeah,
that's what I've always found out. I'm like, August is a good time to take a break and log off, and because usually nothing happens, and then nothing happens, and then that your little break finally comes, and then the biggest thing in August just happened.
Yeah, to your point, I took a week in September off, and Charlie Kirk got murdered. So, and then people were like, "Why isn't Mike talking about this? What the fuck?"
I'll never forget. I think I'm correct here in terms of when this happened. I took a week off in August about a decade ago. And I don't even think it was a full week, but maybe it was. But that just ended up being the week that Ferguson happened.
Oh my God.
Like, that was the week. And like, it was like, are you
always
kidding me?
happens that way.
Like, this is important stuff to, and at the time I was at the Majority Report still, I believe. So I was still working in this world. I wasn't focused on like, tech reporting like I am now. But yeah. But I'll be here next week.
One last chat here from Jess, who says it's so hard to explain agoraphobia to people. I've been bad since COVID. It's a struggle. Love what you do, Mike. Watch you every day. Well, thank you so much for saying that. Yeah, it is hard. It is hard to explain to people. It's a weird thing, and it's like the solution. It's just to challenge yourself. And I've done that before. I've overcome it before, but it's a constant struggle. I'll probably be dealing with it for a very long time, if not forever. But it's just one of those things. I'm not going to let it defeat me, but just poses challenges. But thank you for understanding. All right, folks, we will see you all, I'll see you in 2 weeks. Matt will see you next week. You all take care.
I'm pressing. I'm hitting that raid button. 1 second. It's got to fill up so we don't so she gets all my viewers. 1 second. 5, 4, 3, 2. All right. Bye, everybody.
Take care.